Gentlemen, to another exciting edition of Ringside Rants with yours truly, Just Mike. To my right, Bad Karma, Josh, and below it, always, the Smarker Strong Style, Phil. How you fucking guys doing tonight, gentlemen?
Doing good. That was a great Dynamite and everything. It was a good going show.
And you were trying to show something, Josh. What were you trying to show?
Feeling exquisite. I'll show that later.
Oh, okay.
Some stuff I found. We had like a collector's market go on at a little local gymnasium. So I picked up a couple wrestling things. So I'll show it a little later.
Nice. Well, we were talking off air about how things are changing in the world of wrestling and why I'm not watching AEW. I haven't watched it for 3 weeks, but I know everything that's going on, including the debacle of Collision, which
That was kind of lame that happened.
Yeah, I think we need to talk about that first. It's like, just out of nowhere. Just out of nowhere, they just cut like the last half hour out, left, didn't show 2 matches. And it's like everybody's wondering. My mom called me. Is like, what happened? They just started showing Black Adam. I'm like, what? I was running late, so I started the show late. So I was watching from the beginning, and I was like, oh wow, they really did cut it out.
I'm probably gonna have to watch it on Max and everything. Probably later.
It's not there either.
It's the matches that have appeared on Max. AEW has barely mentioned what has happened. I think they put like a little announcement said due to technical difficulties, the last half hour was cut off or something like that. And I'm like, okay, you're gonna throw the last 2 matches, which by the way, it was taped in Chicago, and unfortunately I had to leave early, so I can't even tell you who the winners are. So that's the messed up part. Is like I was there.
He wants the downfall of AEW.
Huh?
Seems like you want the downfall of AEW.
I don't, man. Look, Phil, I was a big supporter of TNA. I was there in TNA, and I bought every pay-per-view that came out from 2004 to 2010, whenever Hulk Hogan came in. I'm sorry, 2009 is when Hogan came in. So I bought every pay-per-view for the whole first year of Hogan's regime. I was a big TNA fan. I have shirts. I was at several pay-per-views. I went to Slammiversary. I mean, dude,
TNA was awesome.
It was great. Dude, and then it wasn't. And then people turned on TNA in 2006. When Angle showed up, that's when everybody turned. All TNA has signed too many WWE guys. And I'm like,
that's kind of where I started watching. Is like, why is Kurt Angle going here? I'm like, what is? Because I remember when TNA started, and I thought it was a good show. And all of a sudden, it's like I know Kurt Angle left, and then that's when that's about the age of when the internet chatter finally started going around. Is like, hey, he's making his debut at TNA. I'm like, okay, I gotta check this out. So that's when I really started paying attention.
His debut in TNA was hidden. Nobody knew he was showing up.
Everybody knew he was showing up.
No.
Yeah.
When Kurt Angle jumped across that TNA line, nobody knew.
This was about the beginning and age of non-secrets anymore. Everybody, I knew he was showing up.
He showed up at a pay-per-view.
Yeah,
he showed up at a pay-per-view.
Yeah, it was at a pay-per-view.
And he headbutted Samoa Joe.
Yeah,
because it was called the headbutt heard around the world.
Yeah, but at the same time, it was no secret that he was not going to TNA. I mean, there was no secret. Because I remember because this is about the dawn of internet chatter, where everything where the rumor mill was starting to spill, and unfortunately, it's like he was going to TNA. We already knew that.
Just like the whole ordeal with Jeff Cobb. Everybody's like, "Oh, Jeff Cobb is going to WWE. Jeff Cobb's in WWE." And
God
Jeff
damn,
Cobb
JC
showed up on Backlash.
Motherfucking JC. Ugh. Now everyone thinks he's just another random Samoan now.
He's
a lion.
I know
ain't it?
he's not. I know Jeff Cobb's a Samoan, but because of the bloodline, they think all these stupid fans think he's great Samoan. Like, he's not Samoan, you morons.
He's Hawaiian, ain't it?
Hawaiian, Guam, and Filipino.
Oh, he's a mutt.
We all are for him.
Pretty much. I understand he's something, but it's just like it's the same with the Gorillas of Destiny, you know? It's just a stupid. It just feels like a lame ass stereotype.
Well, they are Samoan. There's a difference.
No, they're Tongan. The Gorillas of Destiny are Tongan.
Their last names are. No.
They're related to. They're not related to the Anoa'i family at all. They're related to.
Actually, they are. They are. They're like. I think they're like distant cousins or something like that.
Let me break it down for you. There's many Samoans with different last names, Phil. Just like there are many white people.
Not Samoans, though.
Sure.
I just think the bloodline is just. I understand where they're going, but it's just that I just feel like it's a lame ass stereotype. That's how I feel about it. And he's going. All he is just going to be just a random mid carder and everything. The guy should have been.
Let me explain. Tongans are a Polynesian ancestry and closely related to Samoa.
I know that, but I'm just saying, you know, why put them in the bloodline? You know, let them be their own. You know, it's ridiculous.
I call it when both of them come back. By that time, Finn Balor would have left the Judgment Day.
They should have done something when the Big Brothers were still there. They probably would have had like the OC in there, but they dropped the ball on it.
They get the real club back together.
Well, they can't have the real club because they let go to
Carl Anderson, who was one of the OG founders of the Bullet Club.
The
only two OG founders they have is Tama Tonga and Finn Balor.
Prince Devitt.
That's what I meant. Finn Balor, aka Prince Devitt. Yeah.
If you recall, Josh, 2 weeks ago, whenever AJ busted into the Judgment Day clubhouse, he said, "What's going on, Prince? Long time no see."
I know.
I love that reference. But the other thing I don't. I'm sorry. I just.
But we're kind of jumping to WWE for right now, but we're still on AEW's fuck ups right now.
Well, there's a bunch of fuck ups all over the internet, all over the world of wrestling right now.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest travesty happened over the weekend, whenever Natalya was in NWA, and then she shows up on Raw and gets jobbed out to fucking Roxanne Perez, which I thought was very shitty.
Oh God, yeah, I heard some fan was giving her shit and she attacked the fan.
Who, Roxanne?
No, Natalya.
Yeah.
And I think she got punished for that.
It's NWA though. Nobody gives a fuck about NWA.
Nobody watches it.
Nobody watches that shit.
I used to, but not anymore. You're right.
Dude, it's trash. I mean, no offense to Billy Corgan trying to make something out of nothing. I mean, you made something once upon a time and then it turned into poop. Guess what? Leave that shit where it's staying. Sell the fucking company. Get the fuck out of it. Be done.
It's a sad hill to die on.
It ain't even a hill. It's more like one of those. You ever seen a sandcastle get built real high and the water comes and takes it all away?
Yeah, I also seen
that's NWA.
I also seen like a mean kid decided to kick it down with his feet.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, the
that's
same-
basically what the water has done to the NWA. I mean, it came in and said, "Hey, we're big, we're tall," and everybody's like, "Yay!"
Then the mean
comes a
kid
big-ass
came in and kicked
waterfall.
it down with his bare feet.
And you got rubble, and you got washed out bullshit. Nobody cares. I mean, no offense to anybody that works at TNA as a wrestler or any of the people there,
Or
But-
NWA.
but nobody cares about it.
It's
What killed
unfortunate.
them was
You're right.
Sawing #1 with the cocaine spot. That shit destroyed them.
What cocaine spot? Oh,
Yeah, the spot where Father
James Mitchell.
James Mitchell decided to snort some blow during a pay-per-view. And
Yeah, listen,
Triller
listen.
TV is like, doesn't work for me, brother.
Yeah, they haven't been on Triller TV since.
Nope. I even heard they found a new website. I forgot what it was though.
Oh yeah, who cares?
I forgot. So
That's like XPW was on Triller and they did the cocaine spot and then poof, they were gone too. Because Dirty Ronald McDonald decided to go out there and goes, "I'm here to do blow and fuck your bitches." And true story. I wish I was lying. I mean,
no, I'm not. No, I believe you. I believe you. After watching Dark Side of the Ring of XPW, I fucking believe you.
Which I really wish we could get Necro Butcher on here. I think that'd be an awesome interview.
Oh yeah, did you guys watch Dark Side of the Ring last night?
I'm going to say no.
That was about Daphne.
oh, I wanted to watch that one too.
It was pretty
watch
sad,
it right
man. I actually had a friend of mine that watched the live Instagram when Daphne was giving out her suicide speech. It was
So your friend saw it?
no, he saw it before it went off air and everything, and before it went off air, before she grabbed it on, then she like the whole Instagram blacked out.
Mhm.
He saw that.
Didn't she try to kill herself on camera?
She did.
She did. She unalived herself like right after she went off. She went off Instagram Live.
I think she did. It's like I think she
did.
She did it live. It's like I
Well,
remember.
she didn't
I
show
remember
the
seeing. I
video.
remember seeing the video. I remember seeing the not the full video, but I seen the full a clip of it. She was trying to do it. All of a sudden, her cat was getting out of the way. Said, "Get out of the way! I don't want you to get hurt." Then that's when they cut it off, and it's just like she did it right after that.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
And I was a fan of Daphne back in. She made me laugh.
So wow, man.
Yeah, she did. She did live, and you know what? The crazy thing, I didn't know she had a daughter, and she's in wrestling.
She has a daughter. I never didn't mention that though. I know her. She has
Yeah,
family.
well, her daughter officially said that she did not want to be part of the Dark Side of the Ring episode just because it drug up bad memories or something like that.
Blame her.
That's the effect.
I can't say I blame her.
Yeah, it's like and she's currently in wrestling right now. Damn, I forgot her name. Google it.
But anyways, let's go back to AEW though. Like, despite what happened Saturday, I still enjoyed what happened this weekend. It happened last night. It was definitely a really good go home show.
Yes, Will Ospreay and Hangman cut awesome promos.
They tell some great stories, man. They were like brutal on the mic. They're talking about how much they're doing this for their families and everything, their kids and everything.
Ospreay have kids?
Yeah, he has one with he has a 6-year-old son. Well, he has a son because what's her name? She's also his wife's a wrestler as well, and she wrestles in Rev Pro over in England.
Okay. So
She's also
it was a very good promo with them. Then the next match was a 6-man tag with Was it Joe?
It was the Ops versus I think it was the Bucks.
Yeah, Bucks, Moxley, and
The
Strickland.
Ops. The Ops, and I think it was like who else?
That broke out on a brawl, and then which led to a brawl later, which actually closed the show. So
It was a good brawl. It was like, and also for if you're also I know you don't really care, but I like the fact they're using the main event's going to be Will Ospreay versus Hangman instead of the
brawl,
steel cage match.
Yeah, the arena brawl.
Well, no, Anarchy in the Arena and the steel cage match between Mox and Joe. I like the fact that's going to be the main event.
Well, the steel cage match already happened.
Hmm.
Yeah, that happened last Wednesday.
Oh, forgot.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be for Anarchy in the Arena. Well, I kind of like that though. I do like Anarchy in the Arena.
I'm looking. I'm sorry. I'm not time jumping. I'm going back in time. Daphne's daughter is actually named Jamie Lynn Senegal.
Mm-hmm.
She would have been 50 this year.
And she didn't want to be a part of it because she just hoped they did everything right. She just couldn't partake in it.
Can't say I blame her. Oh, yeah. What did you guys think about Ninja Mac killing it and Nick Wayne killing it in the Best of the Super Juniors, by the way?
Well, you're gonna. That's your department, Phil. You got to tell us about the New Japan front. I was like,
We have no idea.
Well, Nick Wayne actually beat El Desperado in a match during the Best of the Super Juniors, Mike. And I know you're really high on Nick Wayne.
I am. I like him.
The son of your father.
Yes, he is. He is Christian. Is our father who walked out in wrestling.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, someone actually cosplayed as Christian at the New Japan one of the New Japan shows when he was there.
So they're cosplaying as Christian now instead of
someone Japanese fan did it. He even had the AEW contract he had too.
That's pretty cool.
I thought that was great. Just shows that Nick Wayne has fans and is getting popular in Japan. They like him. He's young and he's hungry. Ninja Mac
he's got a long career, so
Ninja Mac is getting popular too.
Yeah,
I'm really happy for him, and he actually has been winning a few matches. It's so weird though without Los Ingobernables de Japón now in New Japan Pro Wrestling since they broke up.
Yeah, they officially broke up, right?
Well, because Naito had to leave because he has to get surgeries and everything. His body's fucking up.
When's the last match for what's his name? The president of New Japan. What's his name?
Tanahashi, I think it's it's going to be at Wrestle Kingdom 20 next year.
So right at the beginning of the year. So that's going to be the last match.
Is it Wrestle Kingdom 20 next year in the Tokyo Dome?
Yeah, I got to see him in his last U.S. appearance. I wish I had the money to meet him at C2E2.
I heard you know where he does that pose and everything. He actually got it from like a Tokatsu he actually did an interview with RJ City and everything, and he said they got that from like a Tokatsu series called Kamen Rider, which is Japanese for Masked Rider. In fact, there was an American version of Masked Rider, Kamen Rider called Masked Rider here in the U.S.
Yeah. What I've been looking at. I know MLW's been advertising that taping they did at that show I went to.
That show was epic.
You watched the MLW?
Oh yeah, I watched that, dude. You know what? I even thought it was pretty cool though. MLW even showed like an old match. There's a lot. Even New Japan. Watched a on New Japan World. I even watched a match with Sabu versus Liger in 1995. 30 years ago.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about Sabu and all that. That's another thing we got to bring up.
Yeah, there's more. I'm still waiting for the more evidence. I just kind of want to see what's going on, you know, with the match and everything, and see what's going on.
Honestly, do you want the truth? I'll tell you the truth right there. I'm willing. You know, I'm willing to bet EOD.
Oh yeah, 100%.
He had problems. I mean, look what happened to his old lady.
Possibly, it's unfortunate.
You know, it's unfortunate. You know, it's unfortunate to call it like that right this early. You know, I don't want to speculate either, but you know, I'm willing to bet he OD on that something. You know, I mean, he was
60 years old. His body couldn't take that shit no more.
Yeah. I know they're giving GCW a lot of grief for that. I mean, but
I'm going to be like this, man. I'm going to put it to y'all like this, man. And as much as everybody wants to fault a company or a person or people for what happened to Sabu, why not fault the whole company of WWE for what happened to fucking
Owen Hart,
Chris Benoit, or Owen Hart, or even better yet.
I'm sorry, I just saw something in the comments. Said, Phil, did you lose a match with a razor?
I shaved for job reasons.
Yeah, I know.
Hi, my name is Phil. I'm here now to fix your computer.
Yeah, that's my buddy Tony. He watches every once in a while, so I think he's watching a while. So that used to you without a beard.
It's a long story that happened back in late March.
Yeah, and here we are in May, almost the end of May.
And
it's been almost 2 months since that incident happened, and
yeah.
So far, I've nice shirt, by the way.
Yeah, killer shirt.
Yeah, it's Gringo Loco.
Great guy. Great guy.
Actually, I got this directly from him.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man. I like Gringo. He looks like Ritz, the rapper.
Hey, for a fat guy, he can fly.
Hey, man. The Ritz can flow for a fat white guy with red hair.
I mean, wow, there's this guy named Frank Cherry on my. He looks like Jay Briscoe.
Okay. So I said, we're going over AEW mishap from Collision and not airing the last two matches for some odd reason.
I know.
And then we had the final boss.
The final boss that cut off the last half hour.
He pulled a William Regal. Turn that shit off. Play my movie.
But
I hope not.
Then
that would be funny if it did happen.
It wouldn't be. It wouldn't be.
Then we go to Raw this week, and
it was lackluster. It was really lackluster,
but also there was a big accident that happened.
Oh yeah, my trip was pretty fine. I got a little sunburned, but you know, I even got a little tipsy during the weekend as well.
You tipsy? What?
Well, he did drink a beer with me when we went to the wrestling show together.
I don't really drink that much, but once in a while, you know, I decided, you know, it's my nephew's wedding, and I decided I was gonna get, you know, have a few beers, and I can't drink hard liquor, but I can drink some beers. I had some Corona with limes and everything.
You know what, Phil? You're gonna have to drink a sour with me, bro.
Whiskey sour?
No, I did not mix it. But
no
beer sour.
Yeah, sour beer.
I like me some sour beer, especially like some pineapple sour. That's one of my favorites.
So, but
I usually like a lot of the local brewery stuff, But I was glad to be home afterwards, and just a lot of crazy things happened. Also, my car's in the shop because I need a new alternator.
Oh, that happens.
I'd rather beat the alternator than the transmission. So
Yeah, definitely that, bro. Transmission suck, dude.
the alternators are easy, are cheap to replace.
Yeah.
Couple $100, yeah.
Yeah, alternator's cheap. Get a couple grand for your transmission. So, but
Bro,
anyways,
like
I said we had a bad accident happen on Raw.
Zoe Stark broke her leg.
And this was when Kyrie returned. When she returned just from her injury, and someone just go back to ring. One's going into the injured list.
Yeah, it was it was real bad. I mean, you seen it happens. It's like the cameraman. I don't know what the hell the cameraman were doing, but they were not focusing on her spot. But it just she like did her. Was it? She hops on the top rope and jumps across the ring and drop kicks you, and she just did not land right. And it's like, ooh,
That leg went.
Yeah.
And she was, dude. Did you hear the scream though? Oh my god.
Yeah, that was bad. And it's like right when they came back from commercial break, they were trying to help her out, and she couldn't even walk. And it's like, that ref or the official had to actually pick her up and carry her out.
And then they say, "Oh yeah, we got a one-on-one match due to Zoe Stark's major injury. She just came back. She's had injuries on her legs." I'm like, wow.
The last surviving member of the Pure Collision Fusion or whoever it was.
I think this right here, she might be future endeavored after she returns.
Who? Zoe Stark? She's the only member left of the faction.
That's what I'm saying.
I even heard they didn't like the name of the faction. It was too stereotypical too.
It was LGBTQ friendly.
It made no sense.
So I mean,
she was the only straight person in that thing.
I know Shayna Baszler's bi, and she is bi.
Shayna is straight lesbian.
No, she said she's bi, for what I heard.
No, she's straight up.
Yeah, she's straight up lesbian, bro.
Doesn't bother me.
Her and what's her name? Sonya Deville.
Sonya Deville. Yeah, she's enjoying. Or at least I even heard Shotzi is going to go back to the Indies. I wouldn't be surprised, dude.
I heard Shotzi is having an OnlyFans page too.
Shotzi?
I heard. I don't know how true that is.
No,
I know Cora J did. I know that.
But I did hear Shotzi has got our Pro Wrestling Tees account set up and everything.
Well, Shotzi is going to be making her debut once her 90 days are up at MLW. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing her returning as Missy Hyatt shit or Pizza Cat in Hood Slam.
Oh, dude, that'd be great.
It'd be epic. I would love to see that because Mike, you and I both appreciate Hood Slam.
Hood Slam is badass, bro.
I showed some of my punk rock friends, my friends who are punk rockers, Hood Slam about it. It's like I explained to you, it was like a gore show. It's like pro wrestling meets punk rock in a gore show. Basically, I'm right.
Yeah, kinda. They just don't have the exploding, body parts all over the fans.
It's just they have the fucked up sense of humor that we all like, though.
Well, I mean, yeah, because fuck the fans.
It's just like it's just something about it. It like DD like it's like DDT pro wrestling.
Fuck the people.
DDT pro wrestling is also. I even heard New Japan's doing a DDT pro show.
Well, I mean, Hood Slam, Phil. If you think about it, Hood Slam is. Do you remember Kaiju Big Battel?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
The movie with Minoru Suzuki and Kota Ibushi.
Okay. Oh, hold on. Well, Kaiju Big Battel was also a part of Chikara.
May rest in peace.
Who?
I said May Shikara rest in peace.
Oh yeah, Shikara was awesome. It was like comic book wrestling. Hood Slam to me is basically comic book wrestling. It's over way, but that shit's real. You know what I'm saying? Hood Slam's real, damn it. Yeah, fuck the fans. Shit's real. But
Hood Slam wrestling is real to me.
yeah, it is, man. Hood Slam's real. Don't fuck around with Hood Slam people, man. That shit's real. But the thing is, Hood Slam is more like comic book wrestling. I wouldn't even call it like punk rock or any of that. It's a feel good, laugh out loud, over the top, extremely dramatic show.
So,
That's what Hood Slam.
So basically, it's like how Phil said it. Is a Gwar beats professional wrestling.
Kind of, not really, because Gwar should not be famous. Okay, let's just be real.
They are.
Hell no.
Gwar,
I am a Gwar fan.
I am too, but Gwar, if you think about it, should never, just like the Insane Clown Posse, they should have never been famous.
But yeah, here we are.
Here it is, 2025, and both of those two named bands I just named are some of the biggest acts in the world.
Which I'm surprised them two never did a fucking a tour together.
Yes, they have.
They really?
Gwar has even played The Gathering. Yeah, Gwar's played The Gathering, dude.
With Mushroom Head.
Yeah, dude. Here's a fun fact for you. I googled tonight because I was like, "Who's coming to Biloxi soon?" Like, I need to go see a good band in Biloxi. There is a 4-band. Let me phrase that. There is 3 bands and a person coming to Biloxi Gulf Coast Coliseum. Mm-hmm. One of them, I'm going to say, is it's Tech 9, Sleep Theory, Falling in Reverse, and I'm like, yeah, take all my money. August 16th. See, Priest and Alice
is coming.
Yeah, they already played here.
Jesus, man, I you know what? I know they're coming up to Chicago too, and I was like,
"Hey, Jordan, what's up, Jay Nutria?"
I would like to if it's just those two and no opening act where they could do their full show.
It'd be great.
It'd be great because I got to see Alice Cooper for the first time like 2 years ago.
That's on my bucket list.
And you better take it off really quick because you know how much longer he's gonna be around.
So there's 2 bands I have on my bucket list. One of them is Amon Amarth.
Seen them.
That's doable. Well, they're touring with Pantera.
And the other one is it's that real satanic band.
Which one?
Yeah,
let me throw a rock right there.
Rod out there and just wriggle and
you have a lot of bands that are very satanic.
Let me throw a quarter at Scandinavia.
Their name is almost like devil worship. It's like starts with a B. Behemoth. Behemoth, yeah.
Behemoth.
I got their first album on vinyl from like the early mid '90s. That's when they had more. Like
which one?
Yeah, which one? Yeah.
I mean,
because you have like Goldwater, you have like Behemoth, you have some Bill Figor, you got
get some Viking Crown out of retirement.
Morbid Angel.
You have Carpathian.
Morbid Angel. We are Morbid Angel, and we're known as a death metal band. No shit.
Obsidian.
Ghost.
Death.
Well, I actually
that's not really satanic. They just mostly talk about like a lot of things, like Chuck. He talks about spiritual healing. Talks about he basically is talking about the corruption of organized religion. He also talks in a spiritual healing album.
You talking about Testament?
No, I'm talking about Death.
Dude, Testament just played here. They just played in Pensacola like over the weekend.
I saw Testament as well. My friend. I'm Also, you also have another band that's pretty Goat Whore.
You know, Goat Whore it should be bigger than what they are. Dude,
The guitar player
they were
is
actually
also in
featured on Limitless, the TV show, for the whole first season. The dude was like, "Yeah, I'm a big Goat Whore fan."
Oh, who? Which TV show?
Limitless.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it had a lot of
There's
Goat Whore.
one guy referred to Goat Whore as the New Orleans version of Slayer.
I can dig that.
Oh, well, Jay, you want to comment on that one?
How about you, Jordan? What do you think about that opinion? This is not me. It was from a TV show called Tremor, which takes place in New Orleans, and some guy referred to them as the New Orleans version of Slayer.
Hey, the one band that got big because they were a name got dropped on a TV show. Let me see, was the Osbournes, and that's how I found out about
Meshuggah.
Meshuggah. There you go.
Yeah.
The episode where Jack and the rest of the Osbournes were tired of dealing with their noisy neighbors and playing Kumbaya and shit. They decided to attack them back with metal and everything. Started throwing shit at them, saying and threw them like a holiday ham, saying this is like your mother's cunt. That's what Sharon Osbourne said, not me.
What about what was the name of that band? Stuck Mojo.
Mojo.
I mean, you mean Chris Jericho's band?
No, that is not Chris Jericho's band. That's Fonzie.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, that's where the member
Stuck
Mojo with the Chris Jericho's band.
Yeah, that did happen. I forgot about that. Yeah. So I mean, really, what do you think about Stuck Mojo though? Before Fonzie.
Shit, you talk about rolling back the Rolodex of decades in my head right there.
I have to go back and listen to that.
Well, fun thing real quick. I was listening to a band that should not be famous, and they're not famous, but their name says they're famous, and I will tell you the name of the band because it's two guys, and it's juggalo music kind of. The name of the band, Super Famous Funtime Guys.
Are they signed to Psychopathic Records?
No, and they're fucking hilarious. But they had a song and they're talking like, have you ever wondered why Britt Baker looks like Adam Cole?
What the fuck?
I was like, I did not, but now I can't get it out of my head.
Why Britt Baker looks like Adam Cole?
Think about it.
Not as bad as the joke you tried to almost got pulled off the air, almost got pulled off YouTube about Charlotte Flair, which I will not be talking about.
You just mentioned it. That's not a. Never mind. Charlie isn't here. Okay.
We haven't gotten flagged for that episode yet. So
at all. We will never get flagged for that. Even if we make it big and she comes up to us and goes, "You bashed me. You called me Charlie." I'm like, "Sorry, Charlie. Sorry." Wrong. I know it's wrong. I know it's wrong,
but you know what? She fucked herself up, man. I mean, honestly, is like before she went on an injury, she looked like a woman. Now it's like,
hey, dude,
her body just more got the best of her. That's all I can say.
No. Her brain got the worst of her.
And I'm taking the booby thing out of the equation because I understand why she did it. You know, she got a reduction because one of her boobs freaking popped.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm not gonna falter for that. But the rest of her, she just, I mean,
the lips, bro. The lips look like this big.
Yeah. The facial.
She looks like a hair metal. She looks like a hair metal singer. That's all I can say.
Her wardrobe at WrestleMania was not even fitting right.
It was too big for her body.
Yeah.
It was horrendous. She looked like a really, 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 really anorexic person.
Yes, anorexic person. Good.
And I know she had her troubles with that, but at the same time, it's just like,
Oh yeah, you heard.
Damn,
You hear
right?
about George Wendt dying?
Yeah. Also, yesterday I found out my buddy Adam died.
the
My
Bears.
friend Clayton Cobb, he was a buddy of mine I used to jam with back in the day. He passed away during Sunday and everything. I'm just like,
Adam Ramey passed away at 32. One of the lead vocalists of Dropout Kings.
32? God damn.
You know,
Way
Good guy.
too young.
good guy too, man. Everybody's thinking it was either an overdose, man. But even though, man, he's still just sucks, man.
Of course it does.
Yeah, I know.
Just sucks, man.
Anyways,
I like
back
him.
to wrestling. Back to
like
wrestling.
Back to wrestling.
Back to wrestling. So let's see. Raw was. I watched Raw. Like I said, the only thing major that stuck out was Zoe Starks injuring herself.
Logan
what else?
Paul, blah blah blah. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah. Logan Paul's. They're starting to make the push now.
And a lot of people, and I don't blame a lot of people not wanting to watch it either.
Yeah. So
I understand why they're doing it because it's good for business. And he also says that he says that the hatred for him is forced. No, it's not. It's not forced.
He's generating that. Well,
It's
generating that.
he's basically blowing smoke up people's asses with that bullshit. It's not forced at all. He is really hated outside of the WWE. A lot of people hated him before he went to WWE.
True.
I mean, those boos were really.
I'm gonna give him his due. Is like for someone that has never paid his dues.
That's another thing why I don't like him.
He's working. Yeah, that's another thing. Is like I'll give it that. I understand behind it, but he needs to pay it. He's gonna be working for a while, but he probably is now paying his dues the way he's getting treated. But he's
even Gunther wants to show no mercy to him.
Oh,
Send me the link.
Gunther is gonna tear his ass up.
That was nice. I was sending it to Jordan. He wants to join our.
Oh yeah, let him join in. Oh yeah, you sent it to me. I was like, what the hell? Goofball, sending me shit already. I'm already here, Phil.
Yeah, that's
Maybe you're a clone.
Maybe I'm AI.
with that
Oh,
lighting
it's like the Colonel from Metal Gear Solid 2. That AI.
But yeah, Gunther's gonna tear his ass up. I'm sorry. Oh, and I can't wait.
Oh, you're talking about the Saturday night?
Honestly, if you want a trial by fire, if you want to talk about paying dues for Logan Paul, throwing him against Gunther,
Lord Cajon.
What's going on, Jordan? Yeah, if you want Logan Paul to play his dues going against Gunther, that if you know what, that'll do it for me.
King,
Ooh, nice shirt.
I have this shirt.
You know what? I tried to get a New Japan shirt when I went to the show, and they were all sold out on my size.
All right, dude. Listen to me. I don't know what the price is today. Go on. Do you know the store app Redbubble?
Redbubble, no.
All right, they sell all kind of shit. I got this shirt in like 17 or 18, $24 with tax. It's official New Japan shirt.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they do. They got clothing and stickers and wall art and accessories, and it's like Temu. It's
Yep.
the Wish version of Temu.
You know what? Here's the weirdest thing. When I went to Windy City Riot for New Japan, the shirt that they gave me for some reason it's like it's a 2X and it's still big. It's still a little tight on me. But the way they gave it to me was in a Sheen bag. If you don't know what a Sheen bag is, ask your woman. But yeah, it just comes up. It's like a little plastic. It's like like some Temu stuff.
The overseas merch is always made smaller. I have to watch that with bands all the time. I'm like, all right, you from the UK, you from the East. Do I need to go 2 sizes too bigger? This is perfectly licensed, top quality. You could tell I've washed it many times and it is not faded. It's steel. And Redbubble is not really Tenmu cheap. Like this is a 2X and it fits me like a 2X. So if I was you, I'd go on Redbubble and it'll be accurate to size. Now the price would be, you might be looking at 32 today because of inflation. So this was 8 years ago I got this shirt, but I mean, still I'm not even falling apart.
Nice.
Oh yeah, here's the
so Pro Wrestling Tees doesn't do New Japan stuff no more.
Oh, I didn't say it didn't. I'm saying Redbubble has the licensing rights to legally make and sell. You could get the classic baseball style 1972. Phil knows what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, like the ones in Inoki wore back in the early days.
You can get a variety of stuff. I wanted the plain black modern day logo. This is not the 90s logo. This is the modern day King of Sports lion crest. You know, it's not the you could get a few varieties. I haven't been on Redbubble in some years. I actually bought some vinyl records from them, but they are quality. I've never bought a bad thing from Redbubble, so little shameless plug for them.
Oh, okay. Actually, I kind of now you got me curious. Is like did Pro Wrestling Tees lose the license?
Pro Wrestling Tees still does stuff, you know. They just,
they do. I see it right here. Okay.
I mean, dude, that's where I got this hat at Pro Wrestling Tees, and that is a sexy shirt.
Acid bath.
Oh hell yeah, man! That's where I got this sexy hat from.
Wow, $23.99. Holy shit, that ain't bad at all.
Redbubble's prices are ridiculously good, and so far everything I've bought, the quality holds up. They're like real, like Hanes quality merch, and size wise, this thing still fits me like a 2X after I've washed it since. Pretty sure I bought this in 2018. No later than 19. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Dang, look how young Sammy was.
That's the flyer that is there. I'm like, I don't know why y'all using that when there's only 3 guys in that picture still up there. The drummer was at Babylon last week. The boys were all drinking with him. The modern drummer.
Yo, Zach Simmons.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zach. I've actually met Zach at a Goat Horse show about 10 years ago. I thought he was a pretty cool dude. He's around my age. I'm actually about a month older than Zach.
All right, I was just looking at Pro Wrestling Tees while he's throwing that. Yeah, they still got they got MLW. That's okay.
The only time Pro Wrestling Tees is kind of forced to drop shit is if a wrestler signs with WWE and then they're forced to pull, and there's a chance certain AEW merch, even though I don't know if they're still partners, there's a chance certain AEW merch might have to be removed here or there.
They're still partners.
Yeah, like when CM Punk went back to WWE, they emergency they had to have a sale on all his stuff.
Everything must go. It was everything must go. They did the same thing with Cody Rhodes as well.
Hey, if y'all would like to talk about some wrestling news, I have a little something for y'all that hasn't happened yet, but it's getting ready to happen. It's going to affect some people's lives, some careers, and where some wrestlers are going.
Oh yeah, we talked about NXT Europe.
No, not that. So, MLW is getting ready to have to make some cuts to their list because they want to acquire the last group that WWE fired, and they want bigger, newer name talent. So, MLW is going to be firing a list of people to hire such people as AOP and friends, and they want all them on their roster. So it's coming very soon.
Well, I went to the MLW show. Was it a week or two ago? And Shotzi's been has already been announced that she's going to MLW.
Right. They are pretty much. I'm not going to call them the graveyard, But you could, like the battle royal that happened a month ago or whatever it was full of 2000s WWE guys that don't work there anymore.
And look who the world champion is. No offense to him, but it's none other than Matt Riddle.
Yeah. But
another
only place where you can go without drug testing.
they're looking to pick up everybody short of Braun Strowman that had a name
he retired.
that got well, he's still WWE contracted because Braun Strowman's getting his own cooking show.
Really? Braun Strowman officially retired?
Yeah.
That,
Mr. Woohoo!
but Braun Strowman is still under WWE. The show is a WWE product. He's pretty much going to be like the host. I don't even know if he's going to be a judge, but he's going to be almost like a Gordon Ramsay, or a Guy Ferrari while other people are cooking. But that's going to be a WWE product, and so he's still got a damn paycheck. That bastard.
Yeah, but he's not. He's not under contract to WWE.
Right.
He just he's gonna get royalties from the show from WWE.
He's not an active. They're probably gonna move him to the alum section if you go on the page. That's what they do to all your wrestlers that aren't there anymore, and they're gonna be gone or they're gone. They get moved to the alum section on the WWE page.
I think he could probably do something else. You know, I'm sure Braun Strowman will find something. You know, he's just he has a lot. He has a good resume.
He needs it with that leg giving him trouble. He needs to drop his body weight. That's what he needs.
I think that's what he's going to do.
He lost a lot from when he started to now. He lost a lot of body weight.
Honestly, he should lose some of the muscle mass to help himself out because he's just going to have more and more trouble. And
I mean, the guy's 40 years old. You're right. He's 40 years old now, and I'm actually 2 years younger than Braun Strowman is. And
when you have trouble like that, and
like 2 feet shorter.
When you have trouble like that, and you have to move a body part a different way, all you're doing is twisting yourself and stressing something else out. So the more Braun Strowman is struggling and can't get a surgery to fix this, the more he's twisting something else out of whack.
I think he did get surgery or something, did he?
Well, I don't know. But the best thing he could do is drop them. Now that you don't have to be an active wrestler, drop the muscle mass. You know, stay healthy, but be like DDP. DDP skinny as a real, but he doesn't have a lot of muscle, even though he's a lot older. He's not a big muscle definition guy.
He's in good shape though for his age, though.
That takes the pressure off of your hips, your knees, your feet. That just makes you healthier. That's when you get in a situation like that. The best thing is, keep the fat off, but you don't want to be bulky. Whatever weighs you down is gonna hurt you more and weigh you down more in life. So you don't want to lose what you got. And even if he does have a surgery, you know, Undertaker waited till the end of his career to get those hips done. And he was like, when I do it, I'm not going back in that ring. And I think he did do the one match or whatever, the Saudi match.
Also, Big Bill lost a lot of weight too.
But yeah, well, look at Taker. He's okay. He's fit. He's not fat, but he's not muscled up. And he's a tall man, so he's already carrying a lot of weight. So, I mean, but when you don't need it.
And with Paul White and everything, he lost a lot of weight too, and he looks great for it.
He had to, because if he wouldn't have done it, bro, he wouldn't be with us. He'd be on his deathbed. That dude.
Look what happened with Vader, and look what happened with Bam Bam.
You can look no further than Andre the Giant, bro. The heart can't take. I mean, when you overgrown.
Well, with Andre, he had that. I forgot
it was that hormone defective hormone that kept him growing and everything, and fucked up his spine and shit.
Look at Yokozuna, who just couldn't drop the weight and do nothing. I mean, he died.
No. Yokozuna. There's been reported remotely all the time. He would not stop eating.
He would
eat. He would eat 12 times a day.
Right, but that's the problem. He never got control of himself. He killed himself technically.
He ate himself to death.
Yeah, that's very true. But when you got to get to a point when you got to realize, hey, I got to do what I got to do to survive. Yokozuna is one of the nicest guys in the business. Gave all kind of stuff to his family members. Everything he made, he was one of the nicest guys behind the scene, and gave so much of what he made to his family and his history. But he just couldn't get his eating under control.
Yeah,
I mean, he was basically the jolly big guy.
He was a loyal guy, and if you was in his family or considered family like the Samoans, oh, you in trouble? Here's a new car. Oh, your house is being foreclosed on? Hold on, let me get that for you. That's what he did his whole career. Once he started making money in WWF main event, I watched a whole series on it. They all talk. he gave to everybody. Like kind of like John Tenta was one of the nicest guys in the back of the scene.
I
But
think it was like Rikishi even said it's like his boiler went out or something like that, and he's like he just handed him a blank check and like
Look at
he's
what
like,
you
here you go, fix your house.
yeah, that's the kind of guy that Yokozuna was.
I mean, even Rikishi had to lose a lot of weight too.
Yeah, he had to. He'd be in the
I just met him, so he's not as big as he was, but he's still got
He's still kind of thick.
he's still rump. He's still got the rump.
I don't think we ever claimed he would be bored, but at least he's not gaining in his older age.
I mean, the guy's pushing. This guy's like in his late 50s.
Tribal cheeks.
The tribal cheeks.
I know. That's a good one.
Honestly, I went to go buy this from. It was like about $100. At first, I was like, "It's like, hey, for an extra 30, we'll put scribe something on there." I was like, eh. Said, you can put this and this and this. It said tribal cheeks. I was like, sold right there. It's like tribal cheeks. I was
That's
like,
pretty good. That is pretty.
That is pretty funny.
I died laughing right there.
That's pretty. He is.
Market what you can get.
We all know whose kids are his. So, I mean, that makes sense.
The Oos.
Oh yeah. Speaking of other wrestlers, speaking of DDP, like you guys were talking earlier, DDP praised Darby Allin for making the top of Mount Everest.
Oh yeah, the big news right there.
I mean, that's a life-threatening achievement that takes weeks to climb up and weeks to climb.
Climb down, yeah.
He even did the DDP sign.
On top of Mount Everest.
You know who needs to go visit DDP badly? I mean, I heard he was. I don't know. I did not watch Bloodsport, so somebody tell me how bad was Butterbean in that match with Suzuki. When last time I saw Butterbean, he couldn't even walk.
It was Butterbean was the reason why DDP's walking.
Yeah.
DDP's the reason why Butterbean's walking.
Oh, so I was gonna say he needs to go see DDP, so he went to DDP. Okay, good.
Yeah.
The last
That's
time
why he's able to face Suzuki in that match. Well, somewhat.
the last time I saw Butterbean was a few years ago on TV, and he was like crutches,
Yeah.
trying to get up. So good on him.
Yeah, he went to
Suzuki. What I heard from that match was Suzuki was really disappointed. It didn't turn out the way he wanted it to.
No, he thought Butterbean could go a lot more than what he could. He was under the impression that Butterbean could actually move a lot more than what he could. And when he realized he couldn't move as well as he did, Suzuki, you could even tell during the match, Suzuki looked over at the fucking promoter of that shit, and he was like,
Uh-oh. That's Josh Barnett, who he trusts.
it wasn't Bloodsport, though. It was not a Bloodsport fight.
Oh, okay, then it wasn't Barnett.
It wasn't even like, I don't even think it was like Brett Lauderdale, because Brett Lauderdale would not book that shit.
No, that right there was that same shit whenever Mickey James was fighting Maki Ito.
Oh yeah,
It
where Mickey James went into business for herself
against
and
Dave Meltzer.
I know you don't like Meltzer, but Meltzer had nothing to do with that match.
It had nothing to do with anything Meltzer at all. But whenever you're in Rome and you're like, "Hey, I'm gonna fuck up Rome,"
calling all the current female wrestlers all porn stars now because of what they wear their ring gear.
You're basically bashing a lot of women.
Second,
Like, are you even bashing Mina?
Hold on a second. Mickey James is a former porn star.
Very young.
So it's like, hey, pot, meet kettle.
Yeah. Let's like her talking about the girls wearing clothes. I'm like, all right, Mickey, you might have done it once or twice and not been the biggest star, but I saw you porno when you was young.
Wasn't you Alexis Lurie one time too in TNA?
Was she what?
Her name was Alexis Lurie back in TNA in the early days.
Was that her porn name?
No, that was her original wrestler name before she joined WWE.
What was her porn name?
Probably Alexis Lurie.
Yeah, all I know is you type in Mickey James, it comes up. She was very young. You could tell she was like early 20s, but
go do a little Pornhub search.
There you go. We don't have Pornhub down here no more.
Neither.
Donald Trump.
It's
Donald
banned.
Trump said bad Pornhub.
It was no.
They officially banned it.
So
Well, we got a backup. Well, ours was down for a couple months.
I was up before even Trump got elected. So you can't blame
Yeah.
Trump for that. It was the states that banned it.
It was. That's very true because I did a little research on it. You could still get Pornhub in Louisiana, but you have to sign over all your information and prove you're a legal
You
adult.
also- in other words, another way you can do it, you have to have a VPN in order to do it.
That's the getting around it. In my state, you can legally do it, but you have to give your full name, all your info, all of that to get on Pornhub.
That's just I would
Same
not
way
do
here in
that.
Alabama too, and it's every state that banned it. You have to do that shit. Fuck that. I'm not doing that.
Me either.
Hey, do you want to be on the registry? What registry? Oh, that registry. No.
Hey, one more MLW piece of news before we move on. I don't know if y'all got to this yet. Natty fought as Natty Neidhart. Did a match. We had the I don't know. I'm sure y'all heard by now.
That wasn't that
That was
wasn't
NWA.
That was NWA.
Oh, I'm sorry, NWA. But the guy in the crowd she clobbered was in fact the Plant, and there's a picture with her with him after the pink shirt guy.
But again, nobody cares about NWA. Nobody gives a damn.
I
Nobody
thought
watched it.
it was MLW. That's why I said it. I thought it was MLW because they partnered.
See what I'm saying? No one cared. Nobody cared about NWA. It was Billy Corgan trying to make money whenever money was never going to be there to begin with. And I'm going to tell you exactly what Natalya Neidhart was there for. Hey, go there and scope out talent and scope out what they have and if it's worth fucking buying.
Exactly.
And you know what? She probably came back. There is nothing here. And no.
Or like one person, kind of like how AEW got, what's the name, Camille they got from them?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, they got Ricky Saints one time. I mean, they had Ricky. They had Ricky.
He had Eddie Kingston as well.
Man, the only thing that NWA is worth is their whatever library that Billy Corgan put together and the belt.
Mhm.
That's
the original belt.
If
They
you
Remember
remember,
what WWE tried to do to the Queen of the Ring?
No,
I don't care.
me and you talked about this, Phil, but yeah, WWE's being some cocksuckers about the which it is illegal if they try to stop the commercials being during Raw and Smack. That is illegal if they try to. You can't do that. And the Queen of the Ring people called them out for it, trying to stop the advertisement of their commercials during WWE programming on TV and Netflix. That is illegal.
really.
Yes, this happened.
Was
We were talking about this in our chat. They just have control.
Because it has an AEW wrestler in it.
It's
It
got
also has WWE wrestlers too.
Vince Senior's being portrayed in it is one other reason. Yeah.
Vince Senior. Yeah, Vince Senior's in there. Yeah.
You also have Trinity Fatu, aka one of the Usos' wives, that plays a part in there. Mickey James is Great Moolah, I believe.
Yeah, she's the fabulous Moolah.
Yeah, Tony Storm's in it, but plays like a minor character, a lesser character. But pretty much
He
WWE.
has Britt Baker in there.
Yeah, her too. Don't know
So
how
it
you-
has WWE and AEW wrestlers in that.
I don't-
Even
I
has
don't-
Jim Cornette as one of the commentators.
I don't know how you make Britt Baker look like she's from the 20s, but good luck with it. I could see Mickey James with a moolah wig. I could see Tony Storm's already got the bob haircut, like Tony Storm got the from back then. And
She also has Luther, who looks like the butler from Annie.
you think they're actually going to pay Luther to be in this movie, dude?
I'm kidding.
Well, I mean, there's supposedly there's a lot of backlash from the movie because it was supposed to be like a real life setting and real life story that happened. It's
Right.
basically based on
Mildred
Burke.
Yeah,
And,
Mildred Burke's autobiography.
but it ain't an autobiography. She's dead. You know what I'm saying? It's more like a biopic. And a lot of people said it was taking a lot off topic.
So what you're telling me is they took liberties and it's not based enough on Mildred Burke's real life wrestling career. All right, that sucks. That kind of sucks because Mildred Burke was the woman's pioneer, but Mae Young came after Mildred Burke.
Yes, and so did the Fabulous Moolah.
Yeah, which Moolah's name is trash now because everybody found out how she was. But
Yeah.
but Mildred Burke was the original female wrestling attraction. She was. She's the OG. She's the original.
Yeah. We got 4 views. Hey, 5. We got 5. We got 5 people watching. Hey,
Yay.
welcome to the shit show.
I pee in your pool. Yay.
Yelled at him earlier. He put up a new little one of those quick pools you set up, kind of nice, but above ground. I almost said, hey, bro, let's hang out so I can pee in the pool. But his kids were there.
They're like, you could do that? They're like, no.
No, don't do that. No. But like that one dude, like at the pool we all like learn how to swim in, he was like, I gotta use the restroom, and I was like, he's
I
like,
just
never
saw
mind.
a video
Like,
of Super Dragon curb stopping Excalibur.
that's cool.
Ooh.
Speaking of Super Dragon, man, it's really unfortunate what's going on right now with him and his promotion.
We never talked
I really
about it
think-
because with Pro Wrestling Gorilla, his wife is dealing with cancer and everything, and he's temporarily, more like permanently now. It's probably going to be the end of Pro Wrestling Gorilla.
It's done. Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, man,
Been done.
see, I'm not the only one. See, Country even says the same shit that I've been saying, man,
I thought it was pretty good.
about Dynamite.
I had good promos and good matches. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hiatus 3 years ago. He was like indefinite hiatus. And now they're like, we can't get back in this. And it's like they pulled the website or whatever. I mean, it's over.
Well, I mean, it could be like XPW come back 20 years later for whatever reason.
I don't know if XPW can. I don't know if your boy can, or how he's financing that, if he's still making the movies, but I don't see how XPW can survive today. I mean, people ain't going to kill each other like that today. You already got.
They still are, dude. That's the crazy part about it. They still
GCW.
Are.
Yeah.
But GCW is a whole different animal compared to XPW. XPW is on the. XPW is it's grimy, man. It's on that whole different level, dude. It mixes gutter with violence, and it's not good.
It's like it's got the feeling of if you took a grindhouse film and you put it with a snuff film and a B movie.
Dude, that I think that's a lot better than XPW, actually.
Hey, I'll watch a B movie anytime, man.
Killing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's not forget the famous.
That was the original. That was the original XPW. The only thing they had in the new XPW was crazy ass weed eater spots with Tarzan Duran and JJ Escobar.
What I'm saying is, how I don't see how they could pull that off today unless they're just a live show, because no one's going to sponsor that today.
Well, there has been people sponsoring the shit out of it, and one of the people is IWA Deep South, and they have a lot of fans, man, and it's crazy. And he goes back and forth from California to New Jersey, and he's been feuding with GCW too.
Well, I'll keep an eye on it. That sounds kind of interesting. I just have a hard time in 2025 the way people are so soft, seeing them seeing a Snickers or a real company getting behind XPW for them to make some money. I have a hard time.
Oh no, there ain't nothing like that. Nothing
Well,
like that.
GCW has gone light from what they were doing. I mean, you go back a couple of years ago, they were still doing death matches.
I don't know, man. They got a whole deathmatch tournament coming up in a couple of weeks, dude.
Where you
Now, what are they going to call it? They can't call it the Nick Gage Invitational anymore.
No.
where's
no.
the average consumer that don't live there supposed to be able to watch this? I mean,
Triller
Triller
TV Plus for GCW.
got the guts to do it.
GCW, yes, not XPW. XPW was originally on there until they did a cocaine spot.
I was talking about XPW.
Oh, XPW. Oh, shit. StreamXPW.com. And,
Body slam by GCW.
There you go.
yeah.
Fucking shit.
Get hit, right? No, streamxpw.com.
Okay. GCW just tried to hit you with a I guess you could say RKO. I'll say Diamond Cutter.
Yeah, dude, it came at me, bro. It's like, what the fuck did you say
Out of
about it?
nowhere, RKO.
I mean,
Diamond Cutter out of nowhere.
yeah, for real, man. But no, streamxpw.com, and there is a Rob Black podcast almost every single night.
That's a dude's name who I thought I would not be hearing again after XPW went down. That guy is still active.
All right, I'll be
He
right
owns it, dude. He owns XPW.
I know. I just never thought after that. I think
And you want to hear something really fucked up? In June, Kevin Kleinrock, one of the original commentators of XPW, Veronica K. That guy is going to be at WrestleMania in Silicaga, Alabama. And it's for IWA Deep South.
All right, this was not WrestleMania. What you called it?
WrestleMania. WRASSLE Mania.
So we've got Supermania. We've got Fantasticamania. We've got WrestleMania. And who am I?
Mania.
Triple X Mania or Triple Mania? Yes.
Triple Mania.
All right. I think we have enough manias.
Yeah.
think
And don't forget about the return of Mania from Hood Slam.
I didn't even know about that one. Okay, we got the return of the
Mania.
I told you about it, Clam, in our little chat, Jordan. It's pretty funny shit.
Yeah, that shit's real, Jordan. That shit's real.
Is this-
I would love to see Shotzi Blackheart come back as Missy High as shit or Pizza Cat.
I would love to see Chikara
Shit.
style of wrestling back. That comedy wrestling of Chikara.
That's exactly what Hood Slam is now. But Chikara was more comic book /
Chikara was good too. They had some great wrestling. I mean, if you want to go way back, before Orange Cassidy, when he was Fire Ant,
yeah.
one of the ants. He was, I forget which one.
There was 3 of them. There was Soldier Ant, Fire Ant, and Army Ant.
Yeah. When they would do the time bomb thing in the ref and everybody would slow down.
Oh, what about the what was his name? Ophidian?
Yeah.
The dude who would hypnotize people. I like that guy too.
I got into it just too late. I found it right when they closed and I was watching YouTube videos. I was like, damn it. I said, this is stupid, but it's fun as shit. I was like, I'm too late to the party here.
And Chris Hero was the only person to ever show up in Kaiju Big Battle as himself because he was teleported into the dimension of Kaiju Big Battle, and he had to take.
Sami Zayn wrestled in Chikara Pro Wrestling as El Generico.
Who?
El
yeah,
Generico.
Sami Zayn.
Yeah, but yeah, he got killed in Kaiju Big Battle though.
Aw.
Probably
Chris Hero got killed in Kaiju Big Battle too.
Probably went back to
Even some members of the Dark Order were in Chikara Pro Wrestling.
Mr. Brody Lee,
Brody Lee. Let's see.
Player Uno.
Yep. And also, let's see, Stu Grayson and also Johnny Hungy.
Yep.
The Meat Man.
Yeah, and so was Alex Reynolds too.
Huh.
What's going on? What happened?
I miss the Dark Order. They were one of my favorite parts of AEW back in the day.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, all those guys you just named are originators of CZW. That was the bread and butter of CZW back in the day. Even MJF was part of CZW at one time.
He was also an MLW and I even saw a match where he wrestled in Rug Pro Wrestling against ELP This was before ELP joined Bullet Club.
Yeah, ELP was a fantastic luchador before he was a luchador in Bullet Club.
He's even better. I don't know when's the last time you saw him, short of maybe a random AEW. ELP's better than he's ever been.
He's now in the heavyweight division, but he's still doing great for 38 years old.
If he could put on a little bit of muscle, he could take that Kenny Omega Will Ospreay spot in New Japan. He could if he would just put on a little bit more muscle. Like
ZSJ needs to put on. ZSJ's gained fat. He don't have muscle. He's gained fat.
When
Zack
I was
Sabre
around the
Jr.
corner, somebody mentioned Triple Mania. What's going on with that?
Okay, hold on. No. There we were talking about XPW and
multiple manias.
yeah,
Oh,
and
okay.
Kevin Kleinrock, the original commentator for XPW, is going to be at WrestleMania here in Silicaca, Alabama.
Okay. Although you guys are talking about AAA, I'm like, okay, what's going on with that?
Oh yeah, speaking of that, which is insanely crazy, that they're even announced TNA, not AEW, TNA, WWE, NXT, NOAH,
Yeah.
and all being part of Triple Mania.
Yeah, they're working on that competition against Tony Khan's pact of CMLL, New Japan,
Hidden Door.
There's a report on you just brought that up that made me think of something I'd forgotten. So WWE does not have AAA yet. I think we all realize this. They have extended some contracts to people they want to work with. Technically, they have only hired 8 to 10 people from AAA. Supposedly, this next show coming up, that they have multiple titles on the line, including the world title. They're saying be prepared if they change a lot of chips, put the belts on. Vikingo could drop Del Rio and take that belt, because if they don't want on Del Rio, they're saying be prepared for a lot of title changes.
Well, the funny thing you mentioned though, AAA fired Del Rio, and then WWE gave him a contract.
Extended. They're not planning on they said they are not planning on using any of the talent they have hired for regular US or world television on WWE. This is for AAA purposes, reasons, and I got a feeling 1 or 2 champs might have been given a year, whatever. They'll probably move the belt on who they want and say your future endeavor. So just be prepared for it.
Oh yeah. Oh, I already knew they're going to take they somehow, some way they're going to have to take the belt off of Del Rio. He's too controversial, even though he's not he's technically cleared of all charges of anything. But there's this
the kidnapping charge alone, bro. The kidnapping charge alone, man.
Yeah, but that was thrown out. Everything was thrown out.
Yeah, but still, man.
It's like it's too controversial. It's like it's the same thing with Velveteen Dream. You know,
the whole thing about that man, though, man, he was proven innocent. He's never been arrested on any of those charges. Oh, but he's been arrested, on drug charges.
I never heard of him being proven, and I heard not guilty, but not proven innocent on the screenshots with the underage kid.
Yes. Those are proven faults. They were proven of him, yes, but they were stolen shots, just like they stole shots of Seth freaking Rollins and other known talent at that time.
You could go on Pornhub. It's like you just type in WWE stars and you'll find photos. I mean, hell.
I think everybody went look up Paige that day. We all heard that news.
Oh shit, dude! What you say? You talking about with Xavier and dude and the other dude? And I'm like,
yeah,
dude. I wonder how Xavier's wife felt about that. He said, like,
No, I'm like, you bet. I bet she was not thrilled. I'm like, that was probably not a fun time. But
it all depends on how far back. I mean, you're talking about like
it goes back, dude.
I mean, early 2000s. You talk about this was NXT page, so you're talking what?
No, that was not NXT page. That was just getting on the main roster page.
Yeah, but there's
an obvious. Let's just say there's a scene with her holding the NXT championship. I'll leave it at that.
That did happen, but here's the thing: those tapes weren't released until time later with Brad Maddox filming. So the shit's newer than we think. This was released in the 2010s, not back then. And she did have that NXT belt, which that's about the time Triple H ordered the second NXT belt to come in. About that time, they all nutted and shit all over the original belt. on that video.
I was trying to be a little polite about that, but okay.
And Oscar was carrying that.
But wow, yeah, that happened too.
No.
What Country said, that happened too.
Yeah.
Okay.
God. And
At the time, it was her title, so I guess. Yeah.
I feel bad for Oscar having to carry that.
They had to give it a good cleaning, but
Actually, I don't think that was the same title.
No.
Okay, I hope not.
No.
No, you're Paige and Asuka. That you're talking good. What 6 years apart?
hey,
Yeah.
Actually, about a couple of years apart. Yeah, she had the original NXT Women's title. Then she got the one, the one that they updated and everything.
See, this is the time I wish we could bring Paige on and be like, hey, so
No, she does not like it.
No, she will not talk about it, Mike. No matter what you want, you sick
No.
fuck.
no,
No,
I don't
what happened? What happened with Paige is that when she went to the main roster and basically she walked in as NXT champion, and she won the WWE championship, and then she had to surrender the NXT title.
I was watching back then. I was actually watching them still. I hadn't given up on WWE yet.
Yeah, it was yeah.
Maybe 34 was the nail in the coffin for me. Oscar losing the streak to Charlotte. Age 4 being told by Vince, tone it down, not to make Brock and Roman look bad, and Roman and Brock sticking up the joint with people that even love Roman booing him. So I was like, I'm done with this company. I went told him to that.
I hope it was, and nobody knows what happened to it. What happened to the NXT? Probably sitting in the same bin with all the other titles they have in WWE storage.
Yeah, it's in the storage.
Can we not talk about this?
Who's the father? I mean, that's a great question. Who?
Can we just stick to the wrestling?
We could be like, like what that NBA guy did. He walked into court and they're like, I don't want to be the father. And she's like, okay. He's like, here's all the money. Boom. 18 years up front. Deuces. That happened, dude. That's some
Mae Young,
shit.
the hand of Mae Young.
Yeah, I still keep in touch with Lyra. Yeah. She's rehabbing right now. She went to had some surgery done.
Who did?
Lyra.
Yeah, she got what is it? Did she get injured in the ring, or she just she got injured in the ring?
A little bit of both, a little bit of everything. It's just
I don't know if I showed it. This came in the mail a week or two ago, and I've been forgetting to show it. The brand new Conan album on vinyl.
Nice.
Dimension. Which they now have on bass, the ex-Fudge Tunnel bass player from back in the day. Remember old Fudge Tunnel from the 90s? And they actually bad boys. So I'm gonna be giving one away. Steel.
Vinyl is now the king of all actual
audio
streaming.
media.
Yeah, dude, it is. It truly is. Streaming isn't what it used to be, man. Like me personally, I grew up in the age of the last cassettes and digital or CDs, disc.
Same as you.
And
I got a wall.
Compact disc over a cassette tape. The cassette tapes suck. You can't skip to what song you want to without.
Also sometimes the cassette players eat the tapes.
Well, yeah, that too. 8-tracks were terrible about that. 8-tracks were the world's worst.
Yeah. Once you got good enough at it, though, you could hit fast forward on the tape if you knew your player. You knew exactly how long, and you'd hit the button, and you could be around the next song if you knew how quick or slow your player was.
Yeah, but see, me, vinyl is where it's at because you have the crisp sound.
Vinyl.
Metalmore, oh dear God, they're the original D&D heavy metal band.
No, this was
Piss on one of those drummers because he's proven pedo. So
It's the guitar player that's a pedo, not the drummer.
Oh, sorry, wrong band. It was one of the ex Judas Priest drummers that got that charge.
It was the drummer. It was the guitar
So-
player in Manowar that got caught with CP.
Mm-hmm.
I have that on vinyl.
You have CP on vinyl? That's terrible.
I do not have.
He got you bad.
Sorry.
Bad.
Sorry. Yeah, that was a
And
good one.
this is
I
the
see
good
that.
one.
I want that, by the way. I want that.
I
Is that
have
the-
Painkiller on vinyl.
It's mine. Do you know how, and this is the complete. This is the first pressing.
hold on. Is that Pig Killer?
Yep.
Is that the Cop Killer?
Yeah. Yeah. This is first
Wow.
pressing. So it was, I got that on a trade. I
So-
traded.
I have the original CD too, man. I have the original Cop Killer.
So
I had,
before
I
the
think I
track got
traded a
banned.
Vader, an
Hold
old
on there.
Vader tape for this.
I did have the original Great Malenko Disney album before it got banned,
I
and
wish I
then
could-
somebody stole it from me, motherfuckers. I hope they all get gonorrhea or syphilis, or both.
One day I might have to bring my my new future drummer on here because he has bro. I have no collection now. This dude has every big metal band in vinyl in glass signed by the artist. He has Megadeth. He has Testament. He has walls of this shit.
Oh,
He
nice.
has a room with his drum set dedicated to vinyl, and almost everything is either glassed or signed. He has a drumstick from Nick Menzer from Megadeth in that glass case.
Nice.
Yeah, with the tip missing, broken. He's got all kind of shit. He brings the cases to the shows, and the bands are like, one guy even signed one of his things twice, and the security guy was like, "Bro, realize you signed this twice?" And they're like, "Hey, you ought to put that
What
on."
do you think of that, Josh?
They were like, "You ought to put this on the table and sell it for $1,000." His nice glass case of, the vinyl albums, the band signing. He's got it's an entire 360 in the walls, all just stacked next to each other. Anybody you can name, he's got all the good shit
Who was the guy that passed away from War Beast?
from Warby.
Bruce Corbett.
I don't know Warby.
Bruce Corbett. He was
It was
also
who?
Bruce Corbett.
Okay.
He was also the vocalist of the band Rigor Mortis as well. I even got these. Even though I had to pay an arm and a leg for these. I
Yeah.
got some-
Acid bath. Oh, so a band comes back out of nowhere. Everybody buys their shit.
no, I got this years ago.
They you can get them again. They sound like shit because they're so old. They never update them because Rotten Records is a bastards. But you could get them still now. They cost though. You're looking at
$60, $70 a piece.
It depends on your overseas shipping. Anything I have to get from Europe, that's $13 shipping. So I'm over here paying modern day. I'm paying about $50 for basic single vinyl albums, which is insane. When I was I got into it right before it blew up. So I was grabbing $23, $25 albums brand new and then marked under when
Check these
Amazon.
out.
doing
I
it.
got these. I actually got these vinyls about like 10 or 11 years ago, autographed by the entire band.
Nice.
Well, War Beast, yeah.
Oh yeah, even autographed by Bruce Corbett. May he rest in peace.
For real, bro.
I have the Lost Tracks of Danzig double vinyl. I'm looking at it right now. It is
Damn.
metallic blue. There were only 500 made. It consists of the Lost Tracks of the original Danzig band of Eerie Von, Chuck Biscuits, and John Christ. Danzig 1 to 4. The entire first vinyl is all unreleased shit from them. The second vinyl is from Jerry Cantrell playing on there to modern stuff that was never released.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like,
The first one is
yeah. Like, there's another band that I loved. Shit.
But
They
the most
were a.
I got is some CDs. I do got some albums, but it's just like regular run of the mill. Like I got like Motorhead with the basic, the first Motorhead album. It's like I don't got nothing rare, but everything rare that I got is in CDs. I think the most rare stuff I got is Viking Crown.
The most rare CD I have is Jenna Jameson's Tits, like boom on the cover of Wolfpack.
Hey, Josh, did you know that Motorhead's first 3 albums were originally not released in the U.S. Not until Ace of Spades did you get a U.S. release. You had to import shit.
Just like Bio. Just like Bio, you had to import their shit too.
Oh, yeah, same thing with Sepultura. I got the first couple Sepultura tapes. I don't got the albums. I got the tapes. Actually, it was my buddy who introduced me in high school to Sepultura because we did the back of the magazine catalog. He did the back of the magazine catalog.
Hit Parader.
Hit Parader, and got some of the tapes. Mm-hmm. And when he got rid of all of his tapes, he gave them to me. And I noticed, like, hey, wait a minute, this is some first edition Sepultura tapes here.
I have.
Like, that's how I got Grave of Osiris on vinyl, man. It was back when Hit Parader in the 90s.
Probably the best CDs I have. I have somebody ruined the collection.
Yes, I did. I did have a leather. Have a leather jacket with a denim vest. What of it? So,
I have the first Sepultura. I have Schizophrenia, Beneath the Remains, and Arise in gold CD.
This is a good vinyl too.
They're all in gold, and they come with liner notes. And editions. I had Morbid Visions, Vestal Devastation, the first Sepultura in gold. Someone knew very much what they were doing back in the day, around my high school days, and took very specific shit off my tower. That went missing. Danzig 3 went missing. My Black Flag with 35 tracks, Henry Rollins went missing. My Misfits, one of the 2 discs went missing, the greatest hits. And my Ramones first album went missing. Somebody knew very much what they were doing and took specific shit. But that I had Morbid Visions and Be Still. I had in the CDs are gold. I have the rest of the Sepultura albums. They're in gold, the original albums, and with bonus tracks that were never released before.
Man, Mike, you need to put some shelves up, man.
Man, what you say, bro? I'm getting killed over here. I am dying, literally dying over here. I don't even know what the hell is killing me.
Ghost is getting you,
dude. I'm telling you, dude. The ghost of this house hates my guts, bro.
But yeah, I got like a lot of rare tapes. Like I said, I traded original Vader tapes to get this body count because I wanted this more. I wasn't a huge Vader fan, so I didn't mind getting rid of that.
As long as you version with
check this out. An original 1983 press of Dio.
You son of a bitch! I've been needing that, and I do not have it. He has Holy Diver, and then the original '83. You son of a bitch!
I found it at a shop in Mobile for like $20.
You lucky dude! Do you know how many years I've searched for Holy Diver for a real press, and they did not have a repressing? Like through the late 2010s, I could not find Holy Diver on environment.
Oh yeah, here's another good band I like right here.
I wish I'd have knew you then. I'd have said buy me one, and I'd have went get it from you.
Yeah, it's up here. It is where I'm at. It is so hard to get metal stuff. No. Every once in a while, I got like a place called Disc Replay. Every so often, they get a collection because the only way, and as you can relate, the only way that a metalhead will release his collection is when he dies.
Yeah.
So one day is like I went in there and it's like had a huge metal selection. Someone dumped like towers of CDs all over the place, and it's like, hold on, I need this, I need this, I need this. And I was like, okay, I just need these 3 right here. Just like, yeah, you're lucky you came in here. Did somebody just jumped like $1,000 buying CDs?
Yeah, I'm in one of those vinyl collector groups, and I got a great collection. So my wife made me sell them. I got on there. I said, bro, I'd have sold the wife. Everybody give me the thumbs up. I get rid of the wife. Tell me I gotta get rid of my music.
Ain't it? It's like I've been looking at her. I would have looked at her and said, "You sound like my ex-wife. You were married before?" No.
It's like that meme where they got the girl in the car, and she's like, "I don't like the music you listen to. It's me or that." And it's like a '90s meme, and then Next picture, the dude's gunning it in the car. She's in the background. He's there. And to the flood again. I'm like, yep.
Yeah, but dude, I still wear I still got my black
They even
label.
got an original press from Metal Church. His first album too.
Oh, nice. Me still wear battle.
But
I still have my leather vest and everything. Just like I don't really go to shows as much, so plus it's hot out and everything. But
I still rock my. Well, actually, I got it. I got patches already. I got to redo. I got to make another Black Label Society vest because my other vest is basically falling apart.
Hey, do you ever heard of the club NYDM? By the way, Josh, I'm in that club.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I thought it was like a music band.
Yeah, they have a chapter in Illinois called the ILDM. It's the Illinois chapter of the New York Death Militia. I'm in the Mississippi chapter.
It's a biker and metal club.
Well, we're not really bikers. It was started by guys that wanted to be bikers, and they wanted to join, but they couldn't. So they decided to form their own club just for like metalheads, everyone and everything, and that's what it started out as.
Kind of both though. You still have riders in there.
Yeah, we just can't. Yeah, we have some members that are bikers and everything in our club. They're like, especially like I know some of them are retired though from the club and everything.
Well, anyway, back to wrestling stuff. I went to a local collector show this past weekend, and I actually ended up selling the next day. It was like they did a preview night, found some stuff, then I sold some stuff on the next day. But I went there and I found a couple of interesting items.
Hey, is that Ron Simmons after he won, or he won it, or he's getting ready to win it?
I think he's getting ready. No, I think he's getting ready to win it. But yeah, that is Ron Simmons. Hopefully, one day I'll get it signed.
Damn,
With,
indeed.
Missy Hyatt at the top.
Yeah, that was when she was still in the company before they fired her. Yep.
Then
I thought it was pretty funny when he went into the locker room and Stan Hansen scared it away during a promo.
Then I picked up this, and I didn't even know Rey Mysterio did a horror movie. The WrestleManiac. So, Mike, when you get back, you're gonna have to look up the trailer to this. We gotta have to watch.
I saw this. I saw a copy of this in my old video store back in the day. I never watched it though. I wish I did pick it up.
I want to see the trailer to this. So when Mike comes back, we gotta watch the trailer to this.
I was looking
I just so happy I found it by accident. I was like, okay, it's I'm a wrestling fan. I'm like looking, it's like Rey Mysterio.
that just looks like cool right there. It looks like a movie Phil would be in the collecting.
You know what I would like to see a movie of? Ninja Mac, like a parody movie of Ninja Mac. I mean, he's like, dude, he's getting a lot of good press for New Japan Pro Wrestling and everything.
Television program.
Sorry about that, gentlemen. I'm back.
And he is I think he is representing Hantai. I don't know. You know.
When you're a guest, you don't represent Hantai.
Damn. I thought I had a big bowl.
When you come from another company, you're respected, but you're not. That doesn't make you part of Hantai.
He's actually independent though. Ninja Mac is. He's no longer with Noah.
Mike, you need to look up something. We gotta have to watch the trailer to this.
All right,
I found this movie at that collectible show. We're gonna have to watch a trailer to this.
Oh, the Rey Mysterio movie.
Yes.
This is sponsored by this.
No, it's not.
No, it's sponsored by W Energy Drinks at W.GG. Use our promo code Ringside Rants, 10% off. There you go.
Orange cream pop, dude. Orange cream pop crunch. So fucking delicious.
Yeah,
With
look.
Dubby.
I want to see the trailer to this. And also, I found this since you're out of the room.
Number one.
7. No, number one's Lex Luthor.
You have number one, don't you?
Yeah, right here.
With Lex on it.
Yeah, I got 1, 2, 4, and 7. I'm trying to hunt the other ones down, but a couple of them are worth a little bit of money.
Yeah, they are.
Bastards. I would like to get this one signed by Sting.
That would be legit.
Hold on one second.
Belt.
Y'all ready for this shit?
Actually, Ron Simmons is on 2 covers right here.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, which one y'all want? The kill count?
WrestleMania. Yep.
Well, kill count is going to be spoiler, so don't do kill count. It's a
Okay,
trailer.
we'll do it. Y'all ready?
Yeah. It's
Shit.
you can't skip it.
Fuck no.
Now you
Hey,
can.
give it.
Lucha Libre is a combat sport.
Yes, it is.
Masked men with immeasurable strength. But one of them has been forgotten.
We got ourselves the daddy-o of all locations.
Until now.
It's La Sangre de Dios. It's where they put El Mascarado.
The
I'm sure
Blood
you're
God.
crazy. It's the best Mexican wrestler of all time.
Hey guys!
I don't think we're alone.
Oh no!
Go, go, go.
Damn. GP. This is a B-movie as hell.
He follows the rules of wrestling. You've got to take his mask off. We're going to retire that son of a bitch tonight.
In his ring. By his rules. Prepare yourself for a face-off.
Oh, good. A sweaty girl. This says B Slasher film all over it. Now I want to watch this just for shits and giggles.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio. Oh, good God, what did I buy? Nice.
The legend is real.
Oh God, I found a diamond in a rough.
Holy shit, dude.
What?
Nothing. I found Us's.
Yeah, I know. I saw this too.
What?
Oh, it's crazy as fuck, dude. I was like, wow.
Saw us.
Yeah, that was weird. This shit's
Wow.
fucking phenomenal.
Okay.
Have y'all ever
Brock
had it?
Lesnar really let his hair grow.
Well, I mean, so women can pee on it.
Who?
Brock Lesnar.
Oh.
You have that up there where you at, Josh?
Do we got what? Orange cream pop crunch. Man, Back in the day, I probably would have ate that. Now, can't really.
If I was 5 years old, I probably would.
Yeah.
Hey, man, the older I get, the younger I feel.
That's what
So-
scares me.
True. No, the old. The older I get, the younger I still look. But my body tells me otherwise.
It tastes like an actual creamsicle, man. It's really good.
It's like it's like, hey, you look like in your 30s. Well, thank you. I don't feel like it.
And you are a timeless champion. But I will take your AEW Women's World title. And I will show why everyone wants Mina now.
Oof. Sorry, guys.
Hey, Phil. I touched Mina.
I hate you.
So any other wrestling news going on? Any rumors?
Yeah,
What we got?
there's a lot of rumors. There's a lot of news. Supposedly,
I know.
WWE is bringing in new championships.
Who?
Oh, who's bringing in new championships?
WWE.
Well, they
And
brought
yet,
in-
they're complaining about AEW having too many titles. Sheesh.
Oh, man, they got a US, they got a Intercontinental, they got 2 heavyweights, so they got
Women's
one-
Intercontinental, women's tag team.
What else are they gonna bring? Speed?
Oh God, I hate that belt.
That they don't even they don't even feature that belt on regular TV.
They show it on Twitter.
It's a Twitter belt.
Yeah. So
It's basically a lame ass substitute for the cruiserweight title.
so what other belt they're gonna what they're gonna introduce?
Possibly the NXT Europe belts and shit like that, or possibly
Well, that I understand. That's a given. I mean, you start a company overseas, you got to have some belts, but in regular WWE titles, I'm like, what else are they gonna have?
they even have the WWE LFG Championship. They give it to Undertaker. I'm just like, it looks.
They gave it to his apprentice.
Okay.
Well,
Apprentice.
His apprentice won, but the mentor received the belt.
What you chewing on over there, Josh? What you no, not Josh.
Pickle cereal, Captain Crunch.
It's Captain Crunch. I went to the store next door earlier. $6 sirloin steaks. I grabbed 2 of those, marinated them real quick, threw that on the grill. Me and my old man ate that. Pretty good. And then they had some massive drumsticks. They had 12 in a pack. About after tax, $4.80. I broke that up. I froze. That was normally like $20. I took that, froze that, threw that in the freezer. $7, $8 rib racks, frozen, sealed.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck was that?
Mute it.
I left that store for under $40 with all kind of.
Watching them dirty animes.
No.
Oh, that's you.
Shut up, Mike.
High School DxD is my favorite.
Damn.
I don't know why it is, dude, but I never finished the first season.
I need to catch up with that. I watched a few episodes as well.
Rosario Vampire was also a good one.
Hey,
Another
Phil,
good one I liked was this one called I even watched the anime of Jushin Thunder Liger. Yeah, that's where they got the character from as an anime.
There's a women's wrestling anime that I watched too.
I don't think I know what you're talking about.
Has a lot of fan service.
I think I know what you're talking about. It actually shows boobas.
And booty.
Anyways,
I didn't know that. I bought it because it was wrestling. I was like, hell yeah. Then I was like,
Yeah, she kept. It was only like 12 episodes, and she kept tapping out to like to a boxing crab every time.
So Phil, how you been enjoying this Best of the Super Juniors 32 so far?
I like it. It's a lot better than last year's.
I've never had a bad year, honestly, but
It's a good year.
it's one of my favorite divisions is New Japan's junior weight division because that belt's treated like number 2 in the company, and it's just you get that high impact style, but you also get strong style from juniors. So
And you get a little bit of technical style too.
you do. You get they service everybody, and it's the juniors, so all the rails around the ring go bye-bye.
Man, Destiny's back has taken a toll from all those death matches with Dun Kasai.
Oh, he's scarred up, but hey, he signed on for that. But
He's planning to have his one last match with Dun Kasai, and after that, no more death matches.
I don't blame him. Yeah, that'll take some years off you. Who do you think's gonna win?
Lucas,
I don't know.
Kasai's not in it, dude. He's not New Japan.
No, a final death match. I meant.
Oh,
I'm talking about the last death match.
I'm talking about the current biggest tournament in wrestling going on.
Oh, you're talking about who will win the Super Juniors? That's a good question because you have good athletes like Kevin Knight, who's both working for New Japan and AEW.
He's a guest. He's not winning. Guests don't win.
Okay. You're most likely you're probably gonna have not Taguchi. He's too old.
Dad Squad not winning. Filler.
Possibly Master Wato.
He won last year. I don't see it happening again.
Ain't Yo in it this year?
Do what?
Ain't Yo in it?
It's on right now. The winner of that goes to Dominion to fight for.
What I'm saying, ain't Yo in the tournament?
Yeah, he is.
Yo
is in the tournament. Yeah, so is Show.
They both are.
I think Yo's gonna win.
Joe could be a front runner because he's such a dick and he cheats. He could be a front runner.
He's just all he's just trying to do is trying to ask people if they need help with their car. That's all he's trying to do.
That's it, dude. Come on, man. It's Yo.
And coming up very soon, which is New Japan's SummerSlam, pretty much, which is almost always a great pay-per-view and many times better than Wrestle Kingdom. The Dominion's a top 3 for them. It's a great show. So we
Dominion's great.
World title will be defended. The junior final match for the title will happen there. You know.
What would be really cool? It'd be Yo and Show have the finals again.
I thought they were going to do that a few years ago at Wrestle Kingdom, kind of like the two Usos against each other. They never did.
They never did.
Before Show joined the House of Torture, though.
What?
Yeah, it was.
I was just asking. This was probably before. If they didn't, you thought you were doing. Was this before Show betrayed Yo and joined the House of Torture?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. They're no longer in Bullet Club now. I'm glad. Good riddance.
Well, I mean, Yo was probably my favorite junior in NJPW. Yeah.
Wow, that's an unpopular opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, apparently Roppongi 3K's no longer together either.
Nope.
He's back with
Don Callis.
He's also with Trent Beretta. They brought back Roppongi Vice.
Yeah, well, he's a heel now in AEW.
Yeah, Roppongi Vices are heels now.
So,
Chucky.
The one thing I noticed AEW's done, they finally released the seating arrangements for the Aragon Ballroom for their 3 weeks residency.
How is it? It's a little fucked up. Be honest.
Honestly, it looks like they could fit a little more around ringside. Like I've been that's been my biggest criticism as of now is when they do some of these shows is like why is it so wide right there? They could fit an extra couple more rows and get a couple more tickets in there.
I'm gonna give you 2 reasons. One, they might let it fill to sold out, and then hey, if you show up, a few tickets at the door to fill it out, which a lot of wrestlers companies do. 2, it could be a fire hazard, and they want to keep the area cleared.
It's good. It's probably good for business.
Well, I know I know for a fact that there's going to be no pyros at the Aragon. I know for a fact
That's probably a reason why they're because fire safety reasons.
Yeah, it's like because I already know how the Aragon's set up, and it's like I said, I looked at the setup right now for the tickets, and it's like they're not. I mean,
sometimes you have to break some eggs to make an omelet.
Yeah, but you don't want to end up like Great White. Remember when they did the pyro and everybody? Those 500.
Well,
that's what I meant. Yeah, like I mean, you have to make a little sacrifice sometimes, in order.
It's not worth killing.
Yeah.
It's not worth.
I mean, you probably Mike will probably pull up the seating arrangement for the Aragon right now. I mean, most of the I bet you most of the best seats are going to be all the second balcony.
Damn right.
Because the floor.
They probably have a few more tickets when they make a little more room. Because if this is the first time they ever ran the place, they're gonna have some extra room, and they're gonna be like, "All right, we got a few tickets at the door."
And it's good for people that missed out on the first show. It's like, hey, I missed the last week's show. Let's go to the next week's show.
Honestly, the first Dynamite show will probably be the good one to go to because it'll be after All Out. That'll be the show after All Out. That'll probably be the good one.
Didn't ECW used to do this type of booking, type of logistics as well?
Well, they already they were always at the 2300 arena. That was the ECW.
I mean, it's smart. It's smart. It saves travel arrangements too. Saving money.
Well, you got to talk about. I don't know how much it is for wrestlers, because they you don't know how many people are gonna have to stay there for a couple weeks. Obviously, all the main stars are gonna have to stay there for a couple for the 3 weeks of the shows and everything. So then you got other wrestlers coming in and out. I don't know how many. Actually, I want to know how many independent shows it's going to be going on.
Well, at least they'll be on. At least, if they want to leave, for the weekend, they'll have okay, we have this weekend off, and because I heard I think it'd be pretty cool if they move if Collision moved to Thursdays.
But no, Thursdays is TNA.
Yeah, they're doing Collisions tomorrow night though.
Josh, what is in that area close to this little, I don't know if you want to call it arena, ballroom, whatever it is. What is the biggest, nicest hotel, multiple floor in the vicinity that Tony Khan will already have set up booked to keep our wrestlers in?
Shit. No, you're talking about hotels?
10-1, he would have bought a top floor of whatever nice place you'll have around there. And
yeah.
I'm owning this for 2 weeks. This is where Mox and Jericho and everybody's going, or whoever's going to be in town. It's obvious. You have to look at that, which that's going to tell you whoever's stalking that will be waiting around the corner. Hey, can you sign this guy? But you think of what would be the top nicest place Tony Khan could buy for them, because he's got to foot the bill.
Shit. I said, I never got a hotel around that area, so you're looking at where the Aragon is where we I think is on the north side of Chicago, and that's usually like a pricey area. Actually, there's really no cheap area in Chicago.
Well, that means Tony Khan's going to grab the nicest top floor he can for his superstar.
Oh yeah, did you guys hear what Rossi said about his own wrestler Utami? I posted this and it's just like he also said the same thing about Starlight Kid calling her fat.
Okay, completely random.
It's Rossi.
They know this first of all, Phil.
Huh?
Do Mike and Josh know what we're talking about? Do they?
Well, Mike thinks Mike has a theory that Rossi's a pedophile.
I do have that, Phil.
I know that Rossi has that deal undercover with WWE, and he was hooking them up. That's how he got Julia over there and a few others, and he left Stardom, and Marigold happened, and some people followed him, some stayed loyal, but he's already shown he's willing to play dirty. So there's no loyalty and honor with him. He's going to do what he wants to do to be more productive and get whatever money he can. So he's willing to play dirty. That's one
He
thing.
kind of reminds me of John Laurinaitis when he said that about Starlight Kid calling her fat too.
Oh, so Josh, what's that hat? This hat
Starlight Kid's one of the top stars of Stardom now.
is kind of a White Sox inspired hat, and it's made by a company called Chicago Relish.
Reminds me of the cover of the Jerky Boys' first album.
But they
Hey,
make,
Jerky!
yeah, they do hats, they do T-shirts, South Side, North Side, Bulls, Bears,
The Bears.
the Bears.
The queers. If y'all haven't seen the Saturday Night Live skit, that's what I'm referring to.
Wait, I know that's what we're doing. The Bears.
Okay. Oh, he finally found it. Okay.
There's a balcony.
Yeah, there's a balcony section.
But there's no seats available in the upper part of this place.
They probably got all sold out already. Or, well, actually, they're doing a pre-sale now. I think. They're doing package deals right now. I think in a couple weeks they'll release the single seats.
A lot cheaper than
VIP
WWE
package.
tickets. I heard WWE's tickets are way more expensive than AEW's tickets.
Like, yeah, what you're seeing right there, that's for all 6 shows.
Yeah, that's $473.20 too. It's VIP package.
Okay, what is your total capacity on this with this seating arrangement?
And this seating arrangement, it looks like maybe a couple thousand, maybe
So about
maybe less.
1,000 people. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the Aragon holds about 5 for a concert. For a concert, it holds about maybe 5,000.
All right. So counting a wrestling entrance and ramp and all of that good stuff, which takes room, and you can't put people back there. You gotta block that off.
So I'm gonna guess maybe 3,000 max.
Which if they could sell that out, you don't need 10,000 if you got 3,000 rowdy fans packed on camera making it look good. That's how ECW did it. You just got to have fans that believe and are willing to get rowdy and make noise and get with it with packed seats sold out. You don't need 10,000 can do it.
Well,
I mean,
the balcony is unavailable.
The balcony is unavailable right now. That's because they're doing the package deals. I'm pretty sure in the next couple of weeks they'll start releasing the single seats. Hopefully,
Oh,
because I want to go to 1 or 2 shows. That's
These
about
right
it.
here. There's 2 right here. $328 for front row ticket.
For,
Good Lord.
for one day.
but that's for 6 shows.
Oh, okay. Well, then again, that's not a thing on the
That's
call.
not bad.
That's not a bad deal. That's a package, you know.
Yeah.
328 divided by 6. I mean,
Do math.
yeah, that's not too bad. That's, you know, I mean, obviously under $100 a ticket, close, you know, 50, 100, 50, 100, 50, 100. I mean, that's damn near an average. I'm averaging a little under, a little over. $50 a night.
Yeah. About
45.
55. About 55.
$54.66.
That's which when you consider you covered, you don't have to do no more work, and you got 6 shows if you can get all 6 and they're not sold. And kind of ashamed that if I'd have been Tony Khan, well, you don't have to, but to make it look good, I would offer the little package. You buy 6 nights, or the 6 nights, you get number 6 half off or something. You know, I'd have done a little fan service there.
Well, that's basically what it is. I mean, $328, 5 cents.
hey guys, check it out. Look, it's Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
AKA Percy Fumer from Doug.
But yeah, I'm surprised they don't have the balcony seats open yet.
They like he said, they're probably going to do the package deal to try to sell them higher, and then whatever they don't sell out or won't sell out, they'll be like, balcony seats, here's your price, and it'll be some glorious price because that's probably your best seats in the house.
$25, $30.
Yeah, because that would actually be
General
actually-
admission.
I've actually sat in when I went to GCW, actually the better seat was to sit in the balcony because I'm sitting right over the ring and I can I can see everything.
Right. If you're on the floor, man, you don't get that view of the you don't get to see the feet. You don't get to see the ring. I've been there. I've been through it.
Yeah.
Up a little bit. You get to see all the action straight down. You know, you're not missing anything.
Look at that front row ticket, $217.40.
That's one night.
I think there's a package on here, ain't it? I know these right here are packaged.
If you in the very front, you okay. If you behind, like if you throw the fourth row front behind everybody else, it gets irritating to try to see what's going on in the ring. You get half a.
I say the first four. I say the first 4 rows. First 4 rows, you're good. You should be able to see everything. After that, I've been to a WWE event where I had floor seats behind the ring a little bit, and it's like all I could see is the top of the ring, and if they went outside, I can't see shit.
Right.
But the coolest part was I had Gold Dust run past me.
Hell, in Mobile Civic Center, I went to go get nachos and a drink, and the Sandman walked past us, dude, and I wasn't even there. I was so fucking mad.
Oh, you want to hear a good one? I went to go see this local event called Warrior Wrestling. Went to the bathroom. As I was going to the bathroom, I see Brian Cage come past me going to the stall, take a shit. Then when I came out, I see Thunder Rosa coming from the bathroom. I was like, okay. I'm like, hey.
Years ago, we had WCW, and they didn't bother advertising what it was. Nobody was savvy enough to realize. But it was at the Civic Center in like the biggest town near me. So that's at least 5,000 people. You've got a couple levels. You've got one level on the sides, 2 levels on one section. And so, you know, it sold out. They had made more room for seats. They sold that out in record time. Me and my old man were going. You know, they knew I was into it at the time. This was the beginning of 98. So like January, February 98. I went, it was the week before.
Some good seats.
It was the week before sold out, I think. It was no, it couldn't have been because they lied, said programs. It was a WCW magazine, and I bought it. And they were always 1 month behind. Super Brawl, where Sting and Hogan had the rematch, that was 98. That was what was in the book. Oh, Uncensored was coming. It was a week before Uncensored because I wanted to know what the hell was going on when Benoit and Raven both came out and started fighting right now when they had a match in a week, but they were fighting right now in the ring. And I was like, it was a Saturday night WCW taping. So it was going to be a rubber match, but we got to see it first. So that's why I was like, oh, okay. Well, when we were waiting in line outside to get in this place, everybody was going nuts because all day long in the town, people were chilling with Mongo. People were hanging with all the stars. You know, it's local. It's a small town. So they're bumping into everybody. We're waiting in line, and I happened to look to the right. We're waiting a good, nice ways to get in the building. And I could tell by the hair, by the build, by the trucks where it was blocked off, I could see it was DDP. And I didn't wait a little while. I looked, and then I said, hey, look, it's DDP. I didn't yell it. Everybody around me all turned and looked. Well, eventually, I think he caught on. Even though this is a nice distance. I couldn't see facial features. I think he caught on because everybody was staring, and then he walked away where the people couldn't see him. And later that night, a DDP chant started, and your boy, David Penzer, ring announcer back then, not Michael Buffer, you know, Penzer looked at everybody and was like, DDP was there, but he wasn't at on the bill. He was with them for the tour. He didn't even bother. I said, man, they could have at least had him cut a promo. Then people would have went nuts for him. He was over at the time, you know. And the biggest star we had at the show was Goldberg for 2 nights, two matches.
Goldberg?
Yeah, Goldberg was the biggest star. This was Saturday. It wasn't Nitro. Thunder was brand new. You know, we were hoping it was going to be Nitro. We got one small NWO run-in with the likes of like Conan and Friends B-Team. But there was, and you know, the Steiners were there. Got to see Rey Mysterio and Hoovy go at it. That was pretty cool. This was the night that they split it into 2 shows. So they did a double taping, so 4 hours. This was the night that Goldberg's second main event, the final match of the night, was against, of all people, Ming, and he injured Ming for real and really dropped him. And Jimmy Hart was like, I don't know what to do. Jimmy Hart jumped on the top of the rope to try to jump for Goldberg to catch him, to take the tension off. He hurt Jimmy too. And this is real. This is hard way, by the way. So the camera at the end of this, if you watch on TV, because I filmed it off of TV after I went live. The camera does not show Jimmy or Ming again. It zooms in on Goldberg, and he's all, hey, he won. There's a long match. In real life, Jimmy Hart's not that badly hurt, but he got dropped on his head. He's carrying Ming, helping him to the back. And you could tell it wasn't selling because Ming's a tough dude. And Ming was, so like, it was real. And a few people mentioned it in modern day. They were like, Ming really took it hard. Like, he got jammed shoulder and neck badly. Like, he fucked up. Yeah. And then Jimmy tried to jump for Goldberg to catch him to just take the heat off. Jimmy just made that up. That wasn't supposed to happen. Jimmy gets dropped on his fucking head because Goldberg's so green. But surprisingly, he made it. But, yeah, Goldberg injured both of them that night in the main event.
My DDP story, I was at the United Center. They did a taping on Nitro. Not taping, but Nitro was live. And after the show, me and my cousin were driving back. We were driving on a highway, and right in the middle of the highway, for some reason, we had this McDonald's right in the middle of the highway. Like, you could get off, go. Usually, it was meant for like truckers and all that. But it was like a middle. It was just there. And as we're driving, we saw a limo pull out and fucking DDP jumping out going to McDonald's. just out of random, just going home.
That dude was like, "Wait, they got McDonald's here. I'm hungry. Let me out."
It was like we were just driving. It's like, is that motherfucking DDP?
That's like here in Mobile, whenever WWE came to do a house show here at the Civic Center back before we tore it down. I was with some friends and we were all like going to the house show, and we noticed that the referees were just a bunch of random people, and they didn't ride in the bus with the boys. They had other vehicles, like actual rental cars.
Mm-hmm.
And I seen 6 of those rental cars at the local Waffle House. And I was like, well, damn, I guess all the referees going to Waffle House. And I look across the street, there's the damn WWE bus pulled up over there. I was like, oh, shit, there's going to be a lot of wrestlers at the fucking Waffle House. So what did? We whipped into the Waffle House. Man, that whole fucking place, they made us wait outside for 45 minutes to get a damn seat. We could see everybody in there too, man. Like at the time back then, it was Seth freaking Rollins was still NXT.
Oh, it was there.
It was old, dude. I mean, it was a long time ago.
Yeah, but I thought you was telling me a story of the 90s. I didn't think you was telling.
Oh, 90s, man. Oh dear Jesus! Now we can talk about 90s. The craziest thing in the 90s, 93. Actually, I can go back in the 80s, man. I was 7 years old, 87. Macho Man Randy Savage and Miss Elizabeth broke down on the interstate going back towards 65. And my dad, who's a mechanic, pulled over and he didn't even know who they were at first. And then he's like, y'all need a ride? And he's like, yeah, we're going to Louisiana. And he seen me. He was talking all normal to my dad. Then when he see me, he's like, yeah. Can you dig it? And my dad's like, yeah, sure. They caught my dad off guard a little bit. And he looked at me and he goes, oh, I get it now. And he's like, well, y'all go ahead and hop in the truck. We'll go take my son home and I'll take y'all where y'all need to go. So the whole truck ride, I'm just staring at him like, that's your man Randy Savage.
Wow.
Here, Macho Man Randy Savage. Like a 7-year-old dude, like,
oh, dude, that's a story. That's a story, right? And Savage,
like, that's Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah.
So
it's like, Dad, that's Macho Man Randy Savage. Like, and Miss Elizabeth's like, yeah, hey, how you doing? I'm like, that's Macho Man Randy Savage. I didn't care about her. Like, that's Macho Man Randy Savage.
I don't blame you.
So Country just sent me. He got tickets to Double or Nothing You sent
Oh,
me
congrats.
where he's sitting at.
Where is he sitting at there? Oh, he's sitting mid row of the 8th row.
Yeah, right by the ramp.
Dear God.
That's actually not bad seats too. I had them before when I went to
I'm an
the
idiot.
first All Out.
I'm an idiot. I keep zooming into my phone. I have y'all on my big screen television. I can look at. I'm looking right now.
There you go. There you go. Look, check this out. Watch this out right here, bro. Hold on. I got you. Hold on.
Oh, I can see.
Boom. There we go. There we go.
No,
Oh, there we go.
extreme close up.
Everywhere.
But oh geez, what's crazy? I mean, I took the picture of Country with what's his name? A Japanese guy that's
Jimmy
likes
Wayne
that-
Yang.
Yeah, Jimmy Wayne Yang
He
holding a
loves
Confederate
country
flag.
music. He loves country music. Yeah, my buddy Greg, man, he had a big sign that says, "I'm here to see Jimmy Wayne Yang." That's what the sign said. And Jimmy Wayne Yang came out and took a picture with him, took an autographed his poster and everything, dude. And then on the back of it says, "I like country music." And then it had X on like, and it says, "I love country music."
Nice.
Pretty funny, dude. That dude's hilarious, man. He's a good guy. I
Jimmy
remember
Wayne
him.
Hardy's a really, really laid back dude.
He really is, man. And his daughter is part of the Fabulous Free Girls or whatever it is. Free
Free
Chicks.
Babes.
Free Babes, yeah. I know it's something.
She's awesome though. Like along with she's being led with she's teaming up with Terry Gordy's daughter,
Mm-hmm.
Miranda Gordy. She's pretty cool too. I actually watched her in Dark Side of the Ring. Terry Gordy was also a victim of that big guy syndrome where he had to lose a lot of weight and everything. And
Bastard.
unfortunately, the drugs took a toll on his body too.
That's Country with Jim Cornette.
Fuck.
Oh my God.
Wearing the dirty Packers, man.
Hey, man, don't you be hating on the Packers, bro. The Packers are amazing.
Cornet.
Come on, championship gold. It looks good on the blue and orange.
When did you take that picture, Country?
I think he did that recently. I think.
Usually Cornette doesn't really like he's becoming like the, for what I've seen, he's like the get the fuck off, like get off my lawn old man now.
Oh hell, he's fucking 70 years old or some
In
shit.
his 60s actually.
Wow, that was 11 years ago or 12 years ago. Holy shit.
Oh wow, damn, that was a while ago.
So yeah, that was right before he started, like becoming the get off my lawn old man type.
No, he was already there. He was
He was getting there.
He was there.
Now that he has his podcast now, and
Dude, let's be honest, man. Jim Cornette he's the most controversial manager in the history of wrestling. He's more controversial than Missy Hyatt.
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, as far as a heel manager,
No, as a human being in general.
well, as of the recent years, I would say he's more controversial. As a manager, as he was a great heel manager,
Always
And
with a
a
tennis
big
racket.
promoter too. But until
Always with the tennis racket.
yeah, but as a controversial manager, no. But as a controversial person now, yeah. Yeah,
He's
ever since he-
controversial to the point of
Ever since he fucked up on NWA, yeah, that kind of tanked him right there.
But in his defense, he used that same line in the 90s and in the 80s.
Well, the thing about that is that it's not the 80s, it's not the 90s. You can't get away with shit like that anymore. I mean, it's like Corey Grimes says, he wants to be he would like to do Bobby the Brain type of commentary, but you can't really do Bobby the Brain Heenan type of commentary anymore. I mean,
You could.
No, you can't. You can't. There's no way that you could get away with calling a Mexican and throwing an elbow and calling it a flying burrito. There's no way you could do that nowadays. I mean,
Yeah.
go back and listen to some of the shit that's Bobby the Brain Heenan said. There is no way he would get away with that.
Well, the crazy thing about Bobby the Brain Heenan, man, he was the manager of some of the biggest wrestlers like of all time, like Dino Bravo, Dom the Rock Morocco.
Yeah, and manager, yeah, but when he started doing commentary, yeah.
Oh, dude, wrestling fans are a bunch of babies, and the wrestlers now are a bunch of big babies, dude. Like I'm going to quote Necro Butcher. Back in the day, in the 90s and early 80s, early 2000s, you did something to piss somebody off, you fought about it. You didn't run and go tell management, oh, so-and-so made fun of me. Now what do? They run and go tell management, so-and-so made fun of me. And what do? They get penalized for it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Back in the day, yeah, like, I totally agree with you. Like back in the day, like back in the day, even
I'd rather fight it out than fucking sit there and deal with that bullshit.
They say they tell you not to sell it.
Back in the day, as like even on the Undertaker's podcast, somebody mentioned that what was it Bradshaw and Farouk, that basically those were the hitmen. Those are the hitmen. You fucked up. They sent them after you, or they sent Bob Holly.
Oh yeah, Bob Holly was a motherfucker, dude. I watched something of Bob Holly recently at a WWF New York thing, and the kid was wearing a WCW shirt. He was like, "You a WCW fan?" Kid said, "Yeah." He's like, "Snatch!" Ripped the shirt off. Get the hell out of here! This is WWF New York, not WCW New York. Asshole, stupid son of a bitch. And I was like,
then you go to the next kid. He's like, "Hey, how's it going?"
Yeah. I was like, wow, bro. Like, that shit was real. Like, that's the real shit.
Oh, like what Bob Holly did to that WCW fan in WWF New York?
Yeah. Yeah, that shit was wild, dude.
I believe that was set up. I wanted to go back and talk about, I heard y'all talking about Corny. Y'all, unless the numbers changed, You say the Corny's downfall when he said what he said in NWA, but you know that unless it's changed recently, his podcast is number one in the wrestling community.
Yeah. Well, with Cornette, yeah, it's number. Don't get me wrong. There's people that follow him, and sometimes
he tells some good stories. Sometimes
he tells some good stories, and he makes some valid points.
I even loved it when he paid tribute to Bobby Eaton and Jay Briscoe.
Mm-hmm.
Those were some heartfelt moments. He told some good stories about them. He even told me like how Jim and Bobby Eaton decided to play a joke on the taxi driver, and Bobby was pretending to be a guy that didn't take his medication, and he was a little acting all cuckoo and freaked out the cab driver.
Oh yeah, that was over in Las Vegas or some shit.
Yeah,
like some big city. Like he was fucking up the cab driver's like, "Hey, pull over! I need to get out." The cab driver's like, "Oh, yeah." Was talking crazy.
It's like, Bobby, you take your medicine.
Yeah, but what we're talking about is like how he'll probably never actually work commentary again because it's he's part of the old school, and it's like there's no way he could do, because that's what got him in trouble in NWA. He made a comment
about Trevor Murdoch, how he's so tough he could put some certain type of food on back through and ride a motorcycle through Ethiopia.
It was this old Ethiopia joke about fried
Starvin Marvin from
Yeah.
South Park.
fried
But
chicken.
yeah, but it's like I was telling him is like he can't nowadays you can't do commentary like that anymore.
I was listening. I wanted to get in on that because you before Cornette got in the NWA issue with his riding the bike Ethiopia bucket of chicken. Joey Styles did an independent wrestling event, and he didn't even say anything near as bad. And he said, "You know what? If y'all gonna be soft pussies like that, fine. I quit commentary. I'll never do it again." And now he's the media for WWE. You don't hear about it, but he does. But before that, going to what Josh said about Bobby Heenan, bro, that was a nice one you said about calling the flying. I heard Bobby Heenan do some stuff that wouldn't fly today. Now I love it.
I mean, literally, as like I remember, I to this day is like because I'm a huge Tito Santana fan, and it's like so there he goes with the flying burrito. I'm like, as a kid, you know, you laugh at it, but now I look back, I'm like,
Oh,
that was
And
cool.
and you know, and it was Gorilla Monsoon said, "Will you stop?"
Yeah, but he did some worse ones than that. His best ones would be whether he was turning to Monsoon or even Tony Schiavone in the early WC days before NWO. He'd say, "You know why this is like that?" And he'd be like, "I'm scared to ask, but why?" And it'd be like, let's say it's a Korean person, and he would be like, "You know why this is that?" And he'd be like, "Why?" Well, you know, everything to do is sideways. You know,
Yeah.
he would say shit like he would push it sometimes. And then another one, I don't know why he never. I mean, it's old, but I don't know why he never gets it. But Larry Sabisco in WCW made all the anti-women comments you could think of. I know this is the popular one, but when Medusa lost her match and her career was over.
Oh, hallelujah. Thank God we got rid of her.
No. He said, and now her career's over and she can go back to where she belongs.
The kitchen.
Wedding in a kitchen.
Mhm.
He said that standing up with all three of them on camera being shown. Tony tried to play it off, but he made a lot of comments on, well, she's a woman. She shouldn't be in the ring. She should be in the kitchen where she belongs. You know, things that you can't say today.
Yeah.
You know, which we all know. As wrestling fans, bro, you get heat, you're doing a good job. You want, yeah, be a heel, yeah. The wrestlers are like, yeah, bring that shit. Just like when in Smoky Mountain, New Jack's legendary OJ, this one's for you, you know. And Courtney was like, yeah, do that, bring the heat, yeah, do that shit. And
Dude, almost got him fucking lynched out that motherfucker, bro.
Oh, Courtney knew those people up were gonna be racist, so he pushed. He said, Jack, go hard on him. Go hard. And he's like, OJ, that's my boy. He said, one more motherfucker down. He was bragging about, like, pretending like he killed him and they're all together and all of that with the murders. And it's just like, damn, boy, you create some heat right here.
Yeah, back in the Smoky Mountain era, dude, he was brutal, bro.
Yeah. Well, that New Jack was brutal, but like, I don't know. No, you probably couldn't even get it. You couldn't get away with that. Like they fired that one guy that made that what was it? Made a joke about LeBron. It's like he was doing while his wrestlers were commentating. He's like he made a joke about not LeBron, Kobe. It's like Kobe in a hotel room and these two guys are tearing it up like Kobe in a hotel room late at night.
Yeah.
Well, Kobe got in some trouble with a hooker or some shit like that.
Oh, yeah, back in the day, sure did.
Yeah, and it's like, and the next week they took a mic away from him, and the next following week after that they fired him.
Yeah, wasn't that on WC? No, that was WWF.
Yeah, that was on WWF.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Dudley's promo in Dayton, Ohio wouldn't fly today. Yo, well, fuck no.
Have it on VHS tape.
I remember that promo. I was 12 years old when I saw that promo.
The Dudleys went on for about
15 minutes.
50, 20, and they stretched it. They came.
Then after that, they were attacked by New Jack and Spike Dudley.
It wasn't Jack. It was Balls.
Mm-hmm.
Balls Mahoney and Spike Dudley.
Yeah.
This is the one when this was their last match. They were gonna be leaving the cup. Oh, they might have had one more, but this is where they dropped the belts because they and it was a quick roll up, and they lost.
Well.
I love Joel Gertner, man. Joel Gertner was the biggest womanizer in ECW.
Yes. God.
It's always Hurtner Gertner.
God.
You know what I'm saying? Whenever you say my name, I'll make her came. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, how do you say this shit? Like,
I could
when
like,
the kids come running.
Chisel and jet.
I could probably recite that almost all of that. The whole promo from the Dudleys walking out with no music, both of them talking shit to the camera on the way to the ring, their whole spiel, the sign guy promo put on by Joel Gertner, then Joel Gertner putting himself over, then introducing them, then Devon, especially Bubba, going after the crowd. I could almost probably recite the whole thing word for word. But
the monster in pants
really
does a dirty.
So
Yeah,
who do you guys want
Dudleys
to
never
win
came down.
the Continental match this weekend? Speedball or Mike Bailey? I mean, Speedball or Okada?
Okada.
Speedball's not winning that against Okada. Okada's paid too high, but we're still talking about this subject here. Bubba Ray is the one who really pushed the whole segment over the edge. When he started, let's take a look at you people. And I don't know, how much can I say on here? Don't matter. Bubba Ray pretty much, when he goes into like real mode, after they all go, he goes, let's take, and he points to he says, we got some faggot down here in a Hawaiian shirt. And they go, then he says,
Night, everybody.
Not everybody.
oh, no. Then he looks and they got the mother and the daughter. He says, we got a mom right here in the front row taught her daughter how to suck dick. Boy, they love that one. And then Don Callis on the mic. I can't believe that woman. She has no class.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Yes.
then Bubba turns and he goes, and we got some ugly stank of shit right here that's going to take 9 inches of black dick so far or a pair of don't know what hit her. And Devon's off.
You hear Don Callis like, Joey Styles, what are you laughing?
Yeah, why are you laughing? Yeah.
And Bubba says, then he does it. He says, and if you don't like it, there's nothing any of you can do about it. And then some guy in the front row, the bald head guy, he's like, come on. He's like, come on, you fat, bald motherfucker. Throws a drink in his face. Then the mom and the daughter, the mom starts going off at him. She spits in his face. He grabs the mic. He turns around, says, you're nothing but a $5 fucking whore.
Yeah. Dude, he went off on all those people, man, in Ohio, dude. He was fucking crazy, bro.
Oh, Bubba went off harder than this. Taz never really ends.
Joel, there's a monster in my pants and it does a dirty dance.
Gertner.
Dude, Joel Gertner had a bunch of one-liners, man.
Oh, yeah, he had some zingers, man. He did have some zingers.
Joel
That's
did
what she said.
Joel did his whole feel about, after the Dudleys talked the first time, and then he does his all, well, he's got the thing on his face because your boy balls through a fireball in his face. So Joey Styles is like, we this Phantom of the Opera? And, Don's selling it. And then he does his whole spiel and everybody's cheering. And he goes, and before I was so rudely interrupted by your applause. That's like, great.
Yeah, Joel, the quintessential stud muffin.
The quintessential stud, Joel. They do the big line.
Hey, man, he needs to be in the Hall of Fame, man.
Dude, they would have his own wing, dude, for all the catchphrases and shit he said, man. Jesus Christ, man. That dude had
he probably couldn't even say anything. Yeah, that's one that probably would
never be aired.
never aired. Shoot, they probably edit that shit on WWE, man.
Actually, if you can watch WWE tapes from WWE, his promos are still there. But if you go to One Night Stand when they had him in the balcony trying to beg Eric for a job, they did not let him do his spiel. They did not. They did not. But he was begging. He went up there and they thought he was going to go off, but then he begged Eric for a job up in the balcony, and Eric throws him down and throws water on him or some shit.
Yeah, it pissed him off. Yeah. But he had one at the Hardcore Homecoming, the very first Hardcore Homecoming. He had a spiel.
Yeah.
Because Joey Styles came out to introduce the quintessential stud muffin, Joel Gertner.
He was he would do your regular TV commentary as a player, as a color with Joey after all of that. But the pay-per-views, he would get taken out every pay-per-view, and Cyrus Don Callis would come on. And I used to say that would suck, but then I realized how much better Don is as a color man working with Joey. You know how good those two work together. That Phil already knows. They are in my top 3 commentary team of all time: Joey Styles and
Don Callis. Oh yeah, dude.
Another one of your favorites
Tobias.
is underrated. It's Gino Gambino.
Gino was great, but it's him and Kevin. It had to be Kevin. It had to be Kevin. And with Don, the 3 of them were pretty good. But Kevin Kelly and Don Callis is my favorite modern day play-by-play color guy. Modern day. You know,
I do like Walker and I do like Walker and Chris Charlton. I mean, they're both young.
Walker is a young Don Callis, dude. I'm telling you what I know.
right.
He even sounds like Don
Who?
He sounds
Walker.
You foreign?
me.
No, Walker.
I was asking Josh, Mike. I said, "You fine?" I'm like, I mean, Walker's kind of the good guy, whereas Don Callis would take up for the Canadian wrestlers, and he would try to be heel. But when a match was really good in New Japan, he would make points, kind of Jesse Ventura.
Don Callis does actually commentary for MLPW. Actually,
He is Don Callis is on 2 of my favorite commentary teams of 3 out of the 3 of all time in my book.
When he's not playing a heel, he's doing commentary for MLPW. It just shows how much he really cares about Canadian pro wrestling.
He's good. He can be funny. He can be serious. He can work off. He worked great with Kevin Kelly. Him and Joey was hilarious. That's just. And
I even loved it when he got scared when Minoru Suzuki scared the living shit out of him. That was funny.
Ran a mile away from commentary to get away from.
One of my very favorite commentary team of all time, watching it from being an actual fan, was Joey Styles and Don Callis.
Yeah.
Number two would have to be Jerry the King Lawler and Jim Ross.
Yes, I agree with that.
I can't.
And number 3, this is very, 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 very controversial, but most people don't like it. Bobby the Brain Heenan, Tony Schiavone.
Yes.
My number one. That's we grew up with. That's why. My number one.
And every once in a while,
I actually thought him and Mr.
there-
Perfect were actually pretty good too. By the way, country.
Well, I mean, Vince McMahon was good with anybody because he already had everything. He already knew what he was going to say about all the matches. And
Hated Vince McMahon on commentary. Hated it.
He was like a robot because he knew it was a robot, man. I mean,
I was tired of hearing, well, this week on the World Wrestling Federation, and here in the World Wrestling Federation, yes, here in the World Wrestling Federation, man. Like, Vince, shut the fuck up. Like, just go away. Just go away. Go away.
I didn't like Eric Bischoff on commentary. I hated him on commentary.
Yeah.
He sounds like Tony. If you don't know better, if you watch the old Nitros, their voices are very similar.
That's like Walker and Don Callis. They're very similar too, man.
I don't hear it. I don't.
When we first heard Walker, it took a while for our friend Genghis to get you. He said it sounds like a young Excalibur.
He's so young though.
He's 23 years old.
To me, Walker sounds like, not in the same style. To me, the vocal pitch, him and Excalibur.
He has both the deep voice Excalibur has.
To me, that's who he sounds like. But he's better than Excalibur because he's not. Oh, Top Rope Susie. Oh, no.
Well, he did say he did say why, like, how do you sleep at night? Clark Connors were doing that to Daryl. Yeah, Clark Connors attacked the Hiromu Takahashi's pet stuffed cat Daryl,
which sells very big in New Japan. Just in case you don't know, Daryl has a Mrs. Daryl, and there is a Daryl Jr.
There's also a Lucha Libre version of Daryl as well.
Yes. Yes, Daryl. You will see and sometimes we don't see Daryl for years or a year. Fans will pull Daryl and have Mrs. Daryl and Daryl.
Sometimes less is more.
Daryl is over. Daryl the
Gentlemen,
fuck cat.
I think we should call it a night. It is 12:14 a.m. in the morning here, Central Standard Time in the United States of the Unidos Americanos.
So let's say it, Mike.
All right, people, if you are not watching the Ringside Rants and the Rant Pack,
You're doing life wrong, brother.
you're damn right. And we're not just food to eat, ladies and gentlemen. We are.
We are food for the ears, baby.
And
Fucking
you
right.
didn't get none. And that's from Bobby Heenan and me.
And if you ain't got nothing nice to say to nobody, bust that motherfucker in the mouth.
There you go.
And if you have nothing mean to say to someone, bust that motherfucker in the mouth.
Mouth.
So yeah, that's the. I think I like that catchphrase a little bit. I think it works. Anybody got a fun fact?
Got a fun fact. This movie called The WrestleManiac, starring